ask for gift cards, Bitcoin, or electronic payments, and may threaten arrest. The sheriff's office reports they never ask for money or payment over the phone or via text. Governor Gavin Newsom recently vetoed 3 bills to advance proposed virtual power plants, and that reportedly has some clean energy and climate change groups speaking out against the vetoes. Governor Newsom said one bill was too costly and the others would interfere with existing efforts to make the grid more efficient. According to the U.S. Forest Service, 2 days of successful prescribed pile burning took place in Kern River Ranger District.
It's still not fully on.
The completed project produces a safety buffer and eliminates excessive hazardous fuels. Heading into the weekend, gas prices dropped slightly at stations in Bakersfield. The average price per gallon of regular at the pump, according to AAA, was $4.57. That's about a penny lower than last week and 3 cents higher than a year ago. The national average for a gallon of regular gas went up a couple of cents to $3.07. The national average is expected to reach the $3 mark in the coming days. Kaiser Permanente is hosting a drug take-back event in Bakersfield in conjunction with National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day.
Because Cassie said it's like hot rod week or some shit.
And
she said she may not be able to turn it on in the big room.
It's taking place at Maine Medical Park.
Like they don't want to see the game?
Located at 8800
I didn't argue
Maine
with it.
Avenue.
But Haley will get it.
The KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks.
I'd rather watch. And you should show up because that's where we were last year. Game 1. So you got to show up. Yeah.
What do you think, this is the Army where you shoot them a mile away?
Yeah.
You got to get a post like this. Bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
It's the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Now make sure you leave the house when you make the call. You understand me? You hear me? Call from an outside line. I mean it.
Call in or text to 661-842-KERN. That's 661-842-5376. Listen live at KERNradio.com. Now, the host you've been waiting all day for. Live from the KERN studio, here's Ralph Bailey.
Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good afternoon to you, wherever you may be, however you may be listening, or however you may be viewing. This is the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1, AM 1180, KERN, and we're streaming live at KERNradio.com. What are you doing? What are you doing? What music are you playing?
Our usual intro.
Well, what music should you be playing?
I mean, again, I'm
still trying
to cut the audio.
Hit it. I gotta hear it. Let's go.
You have to give me a second.
It's that time.
You have to give me a second.
It's that time.
Again, I'm
Are y'all
prepared for this.
As frantic and nervous and sitting on the edge of your seat as I?
Girl highway.
A big nasty redhead by my side.
Santa Ana winds blowing hot.
Just saying, we were born to ride.
Roll down the window.
All right. So I'm glad for those viewing on YouTube. I've got my 2020 World Championship shirt on. I've got my Dodger over whatever hoodie you call it. And I even went deep in my closet and found this funky old visor that's filthy, but I had to wear it nevertheless. A little excited tonight. We're obviously going to talk a little Dodger baseball. We have brought in George Culver is going to join us at 4:30 to give us his thoughts on the World Series. But it is a Friday, so our good friend Rick Bentley will join us at the bottom of the hour, and Brandon Lang will be back, and I've got some other interesting news and notes. I've got some just random audio I'm going to play at some point. I told you we were going to do this on Mondays, but I found a bunch of stuff that I wanted to play, just different things. And Leticia, I can't even concentrate. I really can't. Leticia, because I almost said Leticia Perez. Leticia James was you might be surprised at my take on the prosecution of Leticia James. We're going to talk about that in the 5, but I think this is a big mistake. I really do. And you can claim that I'm a liberal secretly or I'm rooting for her because she's an African American. That's just not true. I'm not a fan of Leticia James. I thought what she did to the president was wrong. Nor am I a fan of James Comey. But there's an old phrase: when you go after the king, you better get him. And this applies now, because, and you'll hear this when you hear the audio of Leticia. Let me tell you how I base my show. I lay around from about 7 a.m. to noon listening to different pundits, different experts on different issues, and then I formulate my own opinion based on what the pundits are saying. Not strictly and exclusively on what they're saying. I'm not just parroting what they're saying, but if I agree with them, I agree with them. And pundits agree that both the Comey case and the James case isn't going anywhere. 2 U.S. attorneys refused to prosecute James, and they were fired by the Department of Justice. And most pundits say the Comey case isn't going anywhere. Here's the deal. If you go after Letitia James and you fail, she suddenly becomes a martyr. In fact, do you have the James stuff cut? Let's listen to Letitia. This was this morning after her arraignment.
But this is not about me. This is about all of us, and about a justice system which has been weaponized. A justice system which has been used as a tool of revenge.
Is that it? Is there one more? Let's hear it. Let's continue. We'll play this.
So there's no fear today. No fear. No fear. No fear. No fear. Because I believe that justice will rain down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream.
First of all, if you're an African American, and I'm talking to black folks, and you didn't recognize what she just said, you need to turn in your black card. You know, we talk about, I'm getting off the topic, but we talk about what it means to be black and blah, 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 blah. Well, if you're an African American and you didn't recognize what she said, turn in your black card. Because that is an incredibly famous Martin Luther King Jr. speech that I don't think she plagiarized. I think she assumed that most black folks know that those were King's words that he used constantly. That justice would rain down like water. But you heard the defiance in this woman's voice. You heard the support in the background. If they miss, and this thing gets dismissed, or even if she's found not guilty, Letitia James could be the next governor of New York. I'm just saying. And I don't know anything about the law. You can feel what I know about the law in my belly button, and I got an Audi. I got an Audi. Do you know, Chris, I was ashamed to go swimming because I had an Audi when I was a little kid.
Really?
It wasn't until I was like 10, 11, 12 where I was just like, I don't care. All my other friends had innies, and I had this like ugly bulge coming out of the middle of my stomach. And I was embarrassed to take my shirt off till I was like 11 years old.
Kids are ruthless, man.
They are ruthless.
Anything.
Because that's what started it. My cousin gave me crap about it.
It's like you can control that.
Anyway.
You chose that, Ralph. You chose to have it out.
That's right. That's right. I used to blame my mother.
Oh.
I used to ask her, how did I get this Audi? And she said, well, that's where they cut the umbilical cord, and yours wasn't cut right. Or so I can't remember. Anyway, I'm just saying, if we go after this woman, which you already have, and she wins, she's beaten Trump. And that's huge in the Democratic Party, I'm just saying. But we begin with some really good news for the GOP. Have you all seen the most recent gubernatorial Emerson poll? It is startling. Obviously, based on what we've been talking about over the couple of last weeks, the video that came out about Katie Porter screaming at one of her staffers who tried to, she's doing a video conference with somebody in the Biden administration, excuse me, and one of her staffers is in the background trying to stop her from making an error, trying to correct her. And she curses at her, get the F, and you heard JR jokingly do it when I stormed in here yelling, go Dodgers. Get out of my shot, get out of my effing shot. And then more video came up. In fact, we've got some video of Katie Porter. And it's not that it's popped up. It's that once you establish yourself in a certain way, people go looking for things. In other words, she's always been this mean-spirited, ugly, out-of-touch congresswoman. But she was a congresswoman. So everybody let it go. And we've talked about this. How many times have you heard me talk about the bright spotlight of either a national or statewide race? Remember, California is the size of a country. So the spotlight, you've got the San Francisco media. You've got the number 2 market in the country, Los Angeles media. You've got San Diego media. You've got the capital media. You've got massive media attention on you. And now you're not just running for a lowly little spot in Orange County. You're running for a state the size of most countries and an economy that I think would be in the top 10 in the world among all countries. So now your foibles all of a sudden rise to the top. Here's just one. Which one you got, Chris?
Porter?
Yeah.
Let's see. We got the pedophiles thing or her against Pierce right now. Well, actually, I have the other one as well. I'm just worried it's not going to hear very well.
Let's start with Pierce. This was from the Bill Maher show where they were discussing Riley Gaines, the swimmer who lost to Leah Thompson by 50 seconds. He beat the field by 50 seconds. And they're talking about transgender activity in sports.
You should be able to have a civil debate. Nobody, including Riley Gaines, who I disagree with strongly, should be.
What do you disagree with out of interest?
I think that it should be up to sporting bodies to make the decisions about who and
What
how
has she
should
said
compete.
that's actually wrong?
I think that what she has done is try to turn this. We talked about people, using things to kind of get likes and get clicks.
That's not what she's doing.
It's not?
I've got no truck for Riley Gaines personally, but all I've seen her do is stand up for women's rights to fairness and equality.
But she has
She actually competed against Leah Thomas, and it was obviously unfair. Leah Thomas won one of the races in the NCAA championships by 50 seconds against a bunch of biological females who simply couldn't keep up. That cannot be right. It cannot be fair.
That is something that I trust. I think our sporting bodies should be dealing with. And by the way, Riley is speaking up for herself, and that is her prerogative, and I respect her free speech.
I think she's speaking up for pretty much every female athlete in the world.
I mean, wasn't that the point of Title IX? Title IX in the early 70s was something that was it was a major.
Okay, we don't need to hear
event.
from Mar. But do you see what I'm getting at? Where she's just an ugly, mean-spirited. You can have the position that perhaps transgender men should be able to play with women, but to attack Riley Gaines and say that her point is not that she's angry that she lost to a man by 50 seconds, not to defend other young girls who won't make the swim team because the last spot went to a man or one of the spots went to a biological man, and there's no room for your daughter to be the 9th player on the team because one of the spots has been taken up by a biological male. That's not what she's doing. Katie Porter says she's doing it for likes and clicks. Do you see what I mean by just being deep down, character-wise, just a mean, ugly, mean-spirited human being? Really? Riley Gaines is doing it for attention, not because she got blown out of the water with a person with a penis. She's just an ugly, ugly person. Well, let me get to the news. I have buried the lead. Steve Hilton, the British commentator, is now, according to an Emerson poll, the front runner in the gubernatorial race. He is leading Katie Porter by 1 percentage point. Now, granted, we're a long way away. And almost 40% of you all are undecided. But this is incredible news in this one-party state. To see a Republican atop the gubernatorial race and a qualified and I think competitive Republican who could win this. Remember, I was the one that said Bianca couldn't win. I didn't think Chad Bianca could win. I didn't think a law enforcement guy from Riverside could win. But guess what? He's polling third. The 2 Republicans are in the top 3 polling. Hilton is at first with 16%. Porter is still second at 15%, but that's going to drop. She's not going to gain anything. When those 40% figure out who they're going to vote for, it ain't going to be Katie Porter. We know that. I'll tell you who it will be in just a second. And then nobody else is really polling. Antonio Villaraigosa, the Greg Tatum of Bakersfield, of California. And then no disrespect to Greg Tatum, great guy, local pastor, but he runs for everything and he never wins. And that's Antonio Villaraigosa. Since he's been mayor of Los Angeles, he hasn't won anything. He never will. He's a phony. It's not even his real name, Villaraigosa. His wife's name was Ragosa. His name was Villa, so he put it together. Huh? He's not. He's polling at 5%. Xavier Becerra is polling at 5%, and then nobody else is even close. Elena Kornelakis backed out. Tony Atkins backed out. Tony Thurman, the black superintendent of schools in the state of California, isn't polling, or he may have even passed on this whole election. I'm telling you, the reason I'm so giddy, well, there are a lot of reasons I'm giddy, but that's beside the point, is I think that one of those two, Bianca or Hilton, could win. Now, the X factor and the issue, Alex Padilla, our United States Senator. Padilla has strong name recognition and a ton of money. And I'm predicting right now, Padilla is going to get into this race. He'd be stupid not to. There's nobody in this race that stands out. No one among the Democrats. No one. Katie Porter and Antonio Villaraigosa. Padilla could beat them with his left hand tied behind his back. Can he beat Hilton? I don't know. But I think Hilton's got a boxer's chance. I think Chad Bianca's got a boxer's chance if he's one of the final two. Because remember, it's not Democrat, Republican anymore. It's the two top vote getters. So this is incredibly good news. And we'll hear more from Katie Porter later in the program, but let's get started. In fact, we can do it after the break. I forgot. I thought it was 3:30 already. We got some more audio from Katie that we want to play for you. She's just not likable. Remember when she lost the Senate race and she blamed Adam Schiff for elevating Steve Garvey? Say whatever you want about Adam Schiff, and I'm no fan, but that was a brilliant strategy. It's what I would have done. Why mess with a Democrat when you can beat a Republican in a one-party state? It's logical. But Porter's cooked. She's done. She's through. There's no returning from her just history of bad behavior. You know, her husband. You know, if I'm Steve Hilton, I go after her husband and try to get him on my team, because her husband will tell you during their divorce, she once threw a pot full of baked potatoes or mashed potatoes on his head. It's kind of the white version of Al Green. And if you didn't get that, forget it. I don't have time. All right, I have time. Al Green once had a pot of boiling grits poured on him by a black woman while he was taking a bath. She's just not viable, y'all. And we have an opportunity to get a Republican governor in Sacramento. Wouldn't that be unbelievable? You'll hear more from Katie after the break. And then coming up, Rick Bentley will join us. Brandon Lang at 4 o'clock. And one of our favorite people, George Culver, is going to walk us up to Game 1 of the World Series. Dodgers and the Blue Jays live from Toronto. They do have a dome, do they not?
I believe so, yes.
Because it's cold. It's 48 degrees in Canada right now. Well, that's like saying it's 48 degrees in the United States right now. It's 48 degrees in Toronto right now. So we LA boys, we need that. They might take it off just because we're LA boys. Just saying. Every advantage helps, Jack. Can you imagine seeing snow coming down?
That'd actually be really cool.
That would be cool, wouldn't it be? Guys playing in the snow. All right, we're just getting going on a Friday. It's the Ralph Bailey Show on this on an AM 1180 KRN. We're streaming live at kernradio.com.
And AM 1180 KER.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment. So go to uhc.com/Medicare today. Medicare plans, It's Medicare coverage California can count on.
Hey, everybody, it's that man again, Ralph Bailey for Sangera Subaru. You know, it's time again for Subaru Loves Pet Month. For the past few years, Sangera Subaru has supported the Bakersfield SPCA's efforts to increase adoption during the month of October. Last year, the Bakersfield SPCA had a total of 73 cats and dogs, all adopted. This year's goal, 100 animals adopted. Plus, Wednesday, October 22nd, Subaru celebrates their 7th annual National Make a Dog's Day. We invite all dog enthusiasts to do something special for their furry friends or maybe consider either adopting or fostering a dog. In addition, the SPCA holding a low-cost microchip and vaccination clinic Saturday, October 25th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. $20 each for a microchip or vaccine. Now is a great time to adopt a pet from the Bakersfield SPCA. Join Sangera Subaru in supporting this worthwhile cause during the Subaru Loves Pet Month. Sangera Subaru, paving the way for a better community.
The annual enrollment period for Medicare is here. That means that it is time for you to select your Medicare plan for 2026. This annual enrollment period, choose a name you already trust. Select Kern Family Healthcare Medicare, DSNP, a new option for people who have both Medicare and Medi-Cal. For 29 years, Kern Family Healthcare has been a trusted name in Medi-Cal. Now, we're here to support your Medicare journey too. Call 1-661-3767. Again, that's 1-866-661-3767. Or visit www.
Do you want to talk about that?
Kern Family Healthcare.
No.
The Medicare contract and a contract with the California Medicaid program. In Kern Family Healthcare Medicare, HMO DSNP depends on contract renewal.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000.
That's
crazy.
sister.
The free app that gives you cash back every time you. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash
I was telling Chris,
today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've
out
already made around
of nowhere,
$200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not
I
get
know she's
real
lying.
cash back?
The
If you like
sister,
free
Micah,
money,
yeah.
download Upside.
I'm
I
saving
know
the
she didn't
cash
want
I
to talk
earn
to
from
me,
using
so I didn't
Upside to
return
help
the
pay for a vacation later this
return the
year.
call.
Download
But
the
it just
free
popped up
Upside
out of
app
nowhere. I
now
was
to
like,
earn cash back every time
weird.
you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra
'Cause
25
didn't I say
cents
something
per
like I had a
gallon on your
crush on
first
her
tank. You
at
can
some
cash
point?
out anytime right to your bank,
That's why I
PayPal,
knew.
or
I
a
was
gift
like,
card for Amazon
if
and
I
other
called her
brands.
back,
Just download the free Upside
Micah?
app and use
Yeah,
promo
she is.
code BUY for a
she's-
25 cents per gallon bonus on
Yeah,
your
she
first
is.
tank. That's code BUY.
Is she married?
for
I saw a big
25
rock
cents
on
per
her finger in
gallon
your interview.
bonus.
Millions of fans.
Oh, really? Wow.
This Christmas tradition rocks.
Well, of course.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghost of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. November 25th, Dignity Health Arena. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com and AXS.com. Don't miss this season's most exciting concert experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
You're listening to The Ralph Bailey Show. Catch me weekday morning 6 to 9 a.m. on First Look with Scott Cox, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
842-5376, 842-KERN. I don't have time to get to the Katie Porter audio. Rick Bentley's going to join us in a minute. I went way too long in the first segment because I am bouncing off the walls and I've had no coffee. But by the way, those of you who are watching on YouTube, can you tell anything different about my display?
Is that a placement?
Huh?
Where's Jack? Oh, no, Jackie's there.
Have you noticed anything?
Oh, it's all Dodgers?
It's all Dodgers. No Mary Bethune. No Father Craig. No Horace Mitchell.
So
no Kern Press Club awards that I won 3 years in a row, but I only have 2 of the awards.
not to be
Yes.
if they lose game one, how are we going to be feeling?
Well, I won't be here Saturday.
No.
So I can't change
why I
up.
wanted to hear what's
So
coming
if
up.
they split on Monday, I keep the same arrangement because a split is a win. A split is a win.
Okay.
Because if we win 2 out of 3, if we split and then we win 2 out of 3 in Los Angeles and we go back to Canada up 3-2, I feel very, very good about our chances. Even if we were to lose game 6, I don't think in other words, I don't think the Blue Jays can beat us 2 in a row.
Okay.
I don't think the Blue Jays can beat us 2 in a row. Are the Blue Jays going to beat us? Yes, they're going to beat us. We're not going to sweep these guys. We are not going to sweep these guys. But I don't think they can beat us 2 in a row. So a split would be a win. And I'll be blunt. I don't see us losing with Blake and Yoshi. I just don't. And the reality is we're not hitting. We're not hitting. I read some of those, Shohei in the playoffs hitting 220. Andy Paez is hitting 86. That's not an error. I didn't say 186. I didn't say 286. He's hitting 0.86. We're not hitting. And yet we dominated 2 really, really good baseball teams, Milwaukee and Philadelphia. And we're not even hitting yet. And I say yet because if you think Shohei is going to go through this series hitting 220, you done lost your mind. Or that Freddie's not hitting. And if you don't think Freddie's going to get some key hits, we're just deeper than everybody else. There's nobody on our club that you wouldn't think couldn't come through in a clutch with the bases loaded or runners on second and third or runner in scoring position and we need a run to tie. There's nobody I wouldn't feel comfortable with at the plate. Quick timeout. Rick Bentley spent some time with a local ballerina. We'll talk with him next.
News Talk 96.1.
All right, I'm going to take a little jaunt around the block. Maybe calm my ass down a little bit.
Keith Peterson. A new poll shows President Trump's favorability has fallen among Hispanic adults since the beginning of the year, a potential warning sign from a key constituency that helped secure his victory in the 2024 election. The October AP NORC survey finds 25% of Hispanic adults have a somewhat or very favorable view of Trump, down from 44% in January. The U.S. military is sending an aircraft carrier to the waters off South America in the latest escalation of military firepower to a region. And spokesman said Friday the USS Gerald R. Ford and its strike group would deploy to the U.S. Southern Command region to bolster U.S. capacity to detect, monitor, and disrupt illicit actors and activities that compromise the safety of the United States. This is SRN News.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm John Shearer. The Kern County Sheriff's Office reports that scammers are posing as Sheriff's Office personnel demanding payment, fake warrants, missed jury duty, or court issues. They often ask for gift cards, Bitcoin, or other electronic payments and may threaten arrest. The Sheriff's Office reports that they will never ask for money or payment over the phone or via text. According to prescribed pile burning took place in Kern River. Rain completed project produces a safety buffer and Kaiser Permanente is hosting a drug take-back field in conjunction with National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day tomorrow. I'm John Shearer in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Attention, Medicare beneficiaries here in Kern County. If you are eligible for Medicare and looking for a doctor who listens and cares about you with minimal wait times and prompt referral authorizations, it's time you learned about QualCare IPA. QualCare IPA contracts with most Medicare Advantage health plans and provides you with access to a large network of outstanding doctors and quality hospitals right here in Kern County. Medicare Advantage health plans go beyond original Medicare benefits coverage, and understanding these coverage differences may be confusing. Call us today at 661-554-4544. Let us help you understand your healthcare options for 2025. Call today, 661-554-4544. That's 661-554-4544. Get the information you need and the coverage you deserve. For accommodations of persons with special needs at meetings, call 661-554-4544 TT1.
Got battery issues? Choose the #1 name A1 Battery. We've got you covered with top quality batteries for every need. Cars, scooters, motorhomes, garage door openers, key fobs, golf carts, home alarm systems, wheelchairs, and so much more. If it takes a battery, A1 Battery has it. With multiple locations to serve you. Enjoy free diagnostics on batteries, starters, alternators, and electrical systems. Plus, get free installation with any purchase. First Friday of each month is free Key Fob Battery Friday. Family owned and operated since 1960. A1 Battery has been friendly service to Kern County. Need us in a pinch? We offer services to make sure you're never stranded. Tell us you heard it on the radio and get 10% off your purchase. Call A1 Battery today, 589-1433 for the location nearest you, or visit online at a1batterycompany.com. A1 Battery, powering your world.
Yeah, because I totally am.
At a time.
I'm totally.
It's that man
I'm
again,
like
Ralph Bailey
so
for
far where I
Agape
should
Air.
be.
You know, when the air
You know what I
just
mean?
isn't right, call the team that gets it done right. That's
Who's he
Agape
talking
Air,
to?
keeping homes comfortable for 18 years, locally owned and always professional. And who
Chris,
knows better than
who's
I
he talking
to
to?
serve my complex? From smart thermostat help to service requests, repairs, replacements, and preventative maintenance, Agape Air is prompt, knowledgeable, and delivers quality you can
Who is
trust.
that?
Don't sweat it. Call Agape Air at 661-399-6600 today.
True that.
Agape Air, comfort you.
Tyler
can feel,
Peck. So
service
this was a
you can trust.
6-year
I'm JR
documentary.
Flores. Here's my
Golly.
show, The JR Show.
And the black girl
Weekdays
just
at 2
retired.
p.m.
Who's the black
Now,
ballerina that
back
just
to the
retired?
Ralph Bailey Show on
Mona?
News Talk 96.1 and AM
Is that her name,
1180
Mr. Copeland?
KERN.
I should know. And don't it feel good? It feels great. It's a Friday. We got the World Series. We've got Rick Bentley live in studio. How are you, RB?
I am great. And we are really walking on sunshine this weekend, isn't it? It's a great week.
It is.
A perfect weekend.
It is.
I hope you're golfing.
I'm not sure, actually.
Oh, well.
Well, because my guys, I'm not playing tomorrow, and my guys on Sunday play at 7 a.m., which means
And?
I've got to be there at 6:30,
And
which means I have to be in the shower at 6 a.m. on a Sunday.
just stay up Saturday night.
On a Sunday, Rick. Me up in the shower at 6 a.m.
Boy,
And it's just,
you sound like an old man.
have we met?
Well, I think we've argued this before. You don't feel like an old man.
At times. When it's
on
cold, like
Sunday morning at 6 o'clock. you
when
feel
it's
like-
cold, when it's cold and it's dark. Like in the summer, getting up at 6 a.m. isn't that big a deal. It's warm. You get in the shower, it's still warm,
Right.
and it's light. But now at 6 a.m., it's dark, it's freezing, and I just have a hard time getting out from under the covers.
See, I was up at 5:30 this morning to do TV.
Well, you're a better man than
Come
I.
on,
You're a better man
stay
than I.
young, stay young.
Yes, you are much more vital. That's not the word I'm looking for. Much more, not virile.
Drunk.
Says a man that doesn't drink. No, you're more outgoing than I am. You do so much.
Well,
if these people knew all the stuff you do, the bell ringing during the holidays, the work at the Fox, just all the things you do, it's incredible.
Hey,
I go home, I do a radio show, I come back, I do a radio show, that's about it.
and for years when I was employed by a newspaper,
Yeah.
I would go to work. I'd do my job, I'd come home. So I
That's
but,
me.
But once and I'm using air quotes for the people, the 4,000 who are watching this, in my 1,400 that are watching us, whatever it is,
About 100, 150 something.
I now just try to fill the days. And we could go deeply on why I'm doing it, but I don't want to get into that. I enjoy it. I love being around people. I love doing, and that's why one of the things when you contacted me about talking about Tyler Peck was Wednesday night I co-emceed the special event here, and I just enjoy doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I love being able to do projects. It's like you and Honor Flight. I don't mind giving my time. I love giving my time when I know it's giving back directly to people in the community.
Right.
If it's an organization where the money's going to somebody in Des Moines or New York, I don't want a part of it.
Yeah.
There's so many great organizations here, and that's why. But I
You're right.
digress.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right. And I've talked about that.
Yeah.
That's my connection with Honor Flight. You are connected with the people that you're affecting.
You see it.
You absolutely see it.
It's a reality. It's not like, well, maybe that dollar shuffled through 3 different offices
And helped with research or something like that.
And all that's important. I'm not downplaying that up. I just need, I should have been born in Missouri because I want to show
the show me state.
Show me the state. I want to, and with these organizations, it's like the bell ringing. I have been to the South, because I'm a board member. I've seen these families coming in getting boxes of food that we pay for from that bell ringing money, and knowing that at least for that week, these families not going to go hungry.
Yeah.
Not some family on the other side of the country. It's a family here that we see every day.
Right.
And so that again.
And if you need me again this year, I'm available.
I was going to talk to you about that. I'm going to give you a slot on the Celebrity Bell Ringing Day on November 21st.
Outstanding. I'm
so
there.
We'll get you there. So
I'm there. So tell us about young Tyler Peck. By the way, the younger of Micah Peck,
right,
former Garces principal and overall good egg.
Yeah. And Tyler's an incredible person. I try to put this because I New York City Ballet, so you might not be familiar with.
Once dated a ballerina.
That's right. You did. I forgot that.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
Ugly toes do ballerinas have.
But in the world of ballet right now, Tyler Peck is the equivalent of Kobe Bryant when he was in the NBA.
Really?
That is the status she has achieved.
Wow.
As a dancer, as a choreographer, as an influencer. She writes, she acts, she does. She is the all-star of all-stars right now in the ballet world.
That's incredible.
It is, and to be from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And what I love about her is the fact that, it would have been very easy when you become a global superstar like that in the ballet world. You could very easily say, I'm from a small town outside of Los Angeles. We've heard. I don't know how many actors I've interviewed that say, I'm from a small town outside of Chicago. And, but she's proud of it.
Yeah.
And that's why she's got a documentary that's coming up on PBS on great performances.
And she premiered it here. Because from what I understood, it's going to SC next. And then I think to San Francisco. And then it premieres on PBS. But she wanted to start it here. And that says a lot about her.
They had set up the two in San Francisco and LA. They had set up the 2 screenings of it. And she said, I'm not going unless Bakersfield is part of that.
That's incredible.
And we got the first one. And it was an incredible, the community really turned out. There were more than 250 people there to see the film. But I just want to, before we get to a little bit, because we do have some audio to play from her, this fact that her documentary, which was shot, it took 6 years to film, and it's called Tyler Peck, Suspended in Time. It's going to be part of Great Performances on PBS. Check these names out. Mikhail Baryshnikov, Sutton Foster, Chita Rivera, Andrea Bocelli, Josh Groban, Annie Lennox. These are people who've previously been featured on Great Performances. So that should show you where she is in that hierarchy of artistry. And so it's an amazing story. And the story is amazing because, we'll get to that in a minute. But we do have a piece of audio. I literally got to talk to her about why she still seems so connected to Bakersfield when she could have really just sort of sloughed us off. So if we want to play that little piece.
The general thinking is once somebody's gone away from home and seen the world, it's kind of hard to get them back on the farm. And yet your connection to Bakersfield seems as strong, maybe even stronger than ever. What is the connection?
I think that I attribute so much of who I am to my upbringing. And I just feel like Bakersfield just has such wonderful, strong foundation. And my whole childhood, my grandmother. So I just love getting to come back anytime I can. It's really important to me because I think who you are really is dependent on where you come from.
Exactly.
I agree with her 100%. And I've talked about this 100 times. My father was not a huge Ali fan, Muhammad Ali fan, because he was kind of quiet and he thought you should just like hand the ball back to the referee and
Right.
play it down. And he didn't really like Ali,
Right.
but he hated Joe Frazier because Joe Frazier was from Beaufort, South Carolina.
Right.
He left when he was 18. He moved to Philadelphia, and he never claimed Beaufort, even though his mother has a ranch there. His kids were raised there, and he claimed that he was from Philly.
Right.
And my father resented that his whole career.
And I again, there's about 1,000 reasons I literally fell in love with Tyler. Her talent being the chief one, but that sort of attitude about this
Your
town,
roots.
This town made me who I am.
That's right.
Why
Exactly.
why would I deny that? Why would I ignore that?
You know, there's another one good about that. He's in town, I think, this weekend, isn't he, Chris? Kevin Harvick is outstanding about
Exactly,
that.
exactly. And it's those kind of people that I admire.
Yeah, me too.
I admire people with talent, but I do love those people who are honest about their, and attribute. I mean, her first dance steps, her very, very first on a stage, not in a studio, because her mom owns a studio, was on the Fox Theater stage.
Wow.
And so when we were sitting there doing this, the Q&A after the showing of the movie, it was just sort of, look where you've started and look where you've come. But it's all the same place. She is 2 steps away from where she was performing when she was there before.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is. She is an amazing, amazing story. And what's even more amazing about it is, and this documentary gets it, because what I wanted to know, when you agree to do a documentary on yourself, it's probably your ego gets in the way. Oh yeah, that's fine. Come, but then you have to realize, wait, they're gonna look at everything.
Yeah.
And what so happened was she got injured. She had that, and she was pushing herself. She was doing and she was pushing herself so physically hard. And the first doctor she saw said, "That's it. It's a step again in your life."
Wow.
And so it was really amazing that she said, "No, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep," and she kept pushing and finding new doctors and finding new ways to. And not only did she come back and dance again at the New York City Ballet, and now she's one of. Look, ballet is all. When we think of ballet, we think of ballerinas. Okay, we know there's some male dancers, but it's a female world that we see, and yet the choreographers have 99% been men. And now she is one of the top choreographers. She can't fill all the demands to choreograph productions. And so she's just, everything she does, each step she takes gets bigger and bigger, even to the point where she's written a book. And that book is a sort of a memoir to teach young people. And this is the book. And I think we have an audio clip of her talking about the book.
And you're coming back for a very special reason for us to get an early glimpse of your upcoming movie, which again is going to be on Great Performances, which to me is staggering to start with, and then to talk about the book. So let's talk about the book first. It's not the first book you've written, right? It's the third?
It's the third children's book. Yeah, the first 2 were, little kind of stories about a ballerina called Katerina Ballerina. This one is different from those 2 that were a series. This one is, I kind of say it's part memoir because I take from my experiences, but it's more of like a guidebook to younger dancers, because I started seeing and thinking about, so if you don't come from a dance family, we start this profession or just dance at such a young age, like how are we just supposed to know all of these things, And, from, even just how you show up to class with how to do your hair, what kind of things you can put in your shoes to help you when you're starting point, how to pick point shoes. But then I deal also with like hard topics like competition, social media, injury, like things that I feel like are really hard to kind of overcome through this career. But I think my love for it shines through. So I'm just trying to, any way I can, inspire the next generation of dancers.
That's pretty cool.
I mean,
that's pretty cool.
I literally, when I do these, get the chance to do these sort of Zoom interviews with celebrities, if I 6 minutes, it's great because they are really. I mean, I caught before she was going to a rehearsal. 19 minutes later, wrapped up. I said, I know you've got to go to the rehearsal. She's that kind of. I said this at the other night at the event. I'm always asked, who's the best interview I've ever done, celebrity interview. And I said, it sounds like a cop out, but I always go to Tom Hanks, because from the very first time, and I've interviewed him about 9 or 10 times, but from the very first time, and I was very, very young as a reporter, I felt like when we were done, we were going to go shoot hoops. That I had known him that long, that we were going to hang out together. And Tyler's that personality. She just makes you feel like like she's that little sister that you want to protect, but again, a talent that only comes along in a generation. I mean, she is. I told her, I said, watching you dance is like watching poetry come to life, because it is just this. Her body says so much, and she can do. I mean, literally, it's one of those things. Talking about like being compared to a Kobe, she can do things while dancing, spinning, turning, hanging in the air, it just defies gravity. And she does, not only a handful of dancers have been able to do through history. And so she is amazing. But again, I love the fact that she's just this down-to-earth, sweet, wonderful person. And the book is an example of her wanting to help. She can't talk to every little kid out there who wants to be a ballerina, male or female. I guess about male ballerina, whatever. I don't know but anyway. But she can do this book. Yeah. And just incidentally, this is just for you, because we've had this discussion of bad toes as far as ballerinas. I asked her how her feet were doing. She took care of her feet for so long. She has no toe problems.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So
did you get to see the feet?
I didn't ask. No, I'm not that creepy. I'm not that creepy. No.
We know creepy Ralph.
You probably said, let me see them toes.
I would have.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I would have.
No, but again.
That's not a creepy. Isn't that a legitimate question of a ballerina? Like, if you just ask some strange woman, can you see her feet? That's bizarre. But a ballerina, that's a legitimate question.
I guess that's fair.
I mean, they do their career. Literally, do you guys understand how ballerinas dance? They literally dance on their toes, like upright on their toes, not on their feet, on their toes.
Yeah.
That's a legit question. That's a journalistic question. That's not a creepy Ralph question.
Well, it was going to be creepy for me. And so I accepted her word for that. So, but again, in the book, she talks about how to prepare your shoes so that your feet don't get in bad shape.
Oh, is that right?
It's all these how-to things. So, and I want to tell people who didn't get to go to the event that night, Russo's Books, which is located on New Stein Road. I don't know if anybody's found it. They were there, and they had her sign some extra books. So if you want to get a copy of her book, they may still have a few of the signed ones left, but if you want a copy of her book, I would go by Russo's, because they're the one that's really going to be selling it here in town.
Okay. And there it is again for those of you who are subscribing on YouTube. Her book, Tyler.
Our 40,000 subscribers can see that.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's pretty cool. She comes from an athletic family. Chris, wasn't Micah a star soccer player?
Star, yeah.
Yeah, she comes from it. And you said her mom owned a dance studio.
Yeah.
So yeah, she comes from good stead.
Yeah, she says she was literally when she started to walk, she started to dance.
Oh, yeah.
But it's paid off.
And it goes to show you opportunity to do what they want at a young age, because you never.
Yeah,
you just don't.
And the other piece of advice I took from her, which I did for everybody, was when she was told she couldn't dance again, with the things that she loved the most in life was going to be taken away from her. She said, just keep moving forward. Just keep a positive attitude. And if there's naysayers, don't waste time with that. Don't give them that energy.
Yeah. How did she come back from that?
She just kept working at it. And there were months of just
defying doctor's orders.
No, she kept looking, and she finally found a doctor who offered a different sort of remedy. And
which is another lesson.
It was the sixth doctor. She just would not quit. And the sixth doctor put her on a program that said, look, in 6 months, we'll see how you're doing. Well, within 8 months, she was back dancing. It was very, I mean, she said she literally had to teach herself to dance again because she'd been off her feet for so long. And she was in such fear of her neck and her spine and everything.
And all of this is chronicled in the documentary?
The documentary is fascinating. It also covers the point.
Because I've never heard of a 6-year documentary.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of them are like that.
Yeah.
And also during this time, her father passed away.
Wow.
And again, the cameras were there, and I talked with her about, you know, how hard that. I mean, that's a very, very personal moment. And you know, she said, I'm just, again, finding the positive spin. This is what this woman does. She said, I have this footage of my dad. This, you know, those last days that I wouldn't have had. And I'm thinking, wow, that is, you know, if there's a silver line, you have found it with that.
She's incredible.
She is an amazing person.
You know, I'm going to talk about my dad today in connection with something else, and there's no way in the world I could have gone through the camera in my face.
Well,
no way in the world.
I lost my wife 3 years ago.
Could you have done that with a camera?
Could not.
Yeah,
I would absolutely not.
Me either. I'd have been like, I'm sorry, we got to stop this.
Yeah. Yeah.
No way. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And it followed her through her marital situation as well.
Well, yeah, it sort of picks up at just as her marriage had fallen apart. But a happy ending. 4 months ago, she's remarried to one of the principal dancers from the New York City Ballet. He is equally as amazing, and she couldn't be happier.
Is that depicted, the wedding and all that? Is that all in the documentary?
No.
There are some barriers.
Their relationship, because they started out as dance partners, and he's hilarious. He talks about he kind of liked her, but he didn't want to mess up their dance partnership.
Right.
And he was afraid if they took it to the next step, that they'd lose that, and they didn't want to lose that.
Sure. And
then they talked about one night they had done a performance after she'd come back from all of her, you know, her problems. And they'd done this performance at the Kennedy Center. And he said, we were in a room, we'd watching a movie. He said, I went to my room and I thought, make the move. And they became a couple of it. And it's so funny because everybody around her, even the people with the Kern Dance Association who have really supported her, we all knew you two were going to get together. It was just when you were going to do it. We saw it. Yeah. So, but that's all depicted in there. You know, it's full of highs and lows, but it's just an inspirational film. And again, and documenting, again, I've always said, and I think I've said this to you before, I think about dancers are the greatest athletes on the planet, because not only do they have to be as physical as a lot of athletes have to, but they have to be creative with it.
Right.
And to bring all that together, and and they rehearse and practice as much as any athlete does. They go through the same pains, the same, broken bones, injuries and everything like that. And so, to be that talented, I get that this town, Buchan and Merle are, they're the two faces we'd put on a Mount Rushmore if we started it. But we need to start looking at people like Tyler Peck, who are just in their own worlds. Just because we don't know,
right?
I don't follow ballet regularly, but I've seen it through great performances and that sort of thing. But I knew of her, and so to come back, come back here and start working, hit the station, and then to be able to talk to her, it's really just one of the highlights of my career.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
She is.
That's amazing.
She won me over.
When can we see the documentary?
It's November 7th.
November 7th on PBS.
On Valley PBS.
Okay.
And it's
you got to remind me. You got to remind me.
Yeah, it's part of great performances. And then there's also PBS also has a website where you could go on and watch it if you miss it.
Okay.
But we'll make sure next time we talk, as we get closer to it, we'll keep reminding people, because it really is an amazing thing. And it's like an hour and 12 minutes or something. It's not like you have to give up 40 hours of your life to see it. So.
That's amazing. And this comes on the heels of one of the great ballerinas, an African-American ballerina, probably one of the few that's retiring.
Misty Copeland.
Yeah. I saw.
Who is in the documentary.
Is she really?
They're friends. Of
Good,
course. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, that would be like Kobe, being good friends with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Right. It's these in their world, those are the superstars.
That is incredible.
Oh,
that
yeah.
is so cool. It really, really is.
It is. And I'm glad, I know when you start talking about ballet, people's eyes tend to glaze over.
Yeah, a little bit.
But in the case of this, I think people give it a chance. Just
pay
attention. If you don't care about the music, pay attention to the physicality.
Yes.
And just sort of get, as you talk about dancing on your toes, come on, just try walking on your toes
No
for
kidding.
3 steps and see what
kidding.
it's like. Yeah.
I'm not a fan, but my mother used to take me to the Nutcracker every Christmas.
Right.
And I went to 2 performances of the girl that I dated, who was a ballerina. And you're right, it's phenomenal.
Oh,
it's not something that I would think about doing, but the 5 ballet events that I've seen, phenomenal.
Yep.
Absolutely phenomenal.
And the Nutcracker's coming back to the Fox Theater, so if people want to be introduced to the Nutcracker's a good one too.
It is a great one. It
Yep.
really is. My mother took me every Christmas, literally, just about every Christmas.
Yep.
That was outstanding, Mr. Bentley, and a great
Thank you.
interview. Good catch.
Oh, listen, I'm blessed.
You are. You
Yep.
are indeed, sir. Rick Bentley, everybody. We're off to New York City. It's that time again for our man, Brandon Lang. Don't go anywhere. That was great. That was cool. That was really, really cool.
It's AM 1180 KERN. Green Acres.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry that I almost dropped the ball on that. Yeah, that was perfect. Yeah, that was cool.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday urged the United States to expand sanctions on Russian oil from 2 companies to the whole sector.
It's always good to shine
and
some
appeal for
positive light on
long-range
our local
missiles to hit
gal.
back at Russia.
The discussions aim to step up pressure on Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has
Oh, hell yeah.
resisted
Are you
peace
kidding?
negotiations.
I wish we got
failing to
Halloween
add
off.
momentum to measures in recent days that have included a new round of sanctions.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
vital oil and
Halloween
gas
movies. Oh, that'll be
exports
fun.
annually. The talks come after Russia's defense ministry reported down in 111 Ukrainian drones overnight, and Ukrainian authorities say Russian artillery struck
That'll be
a
fun.
residential
Yeah, that'll
block
be
in
great.
Kherson, killing 2 people and injuring 11 others. Lawrence Brooks, London.
The Social Security
Halloween
Administration's annual cost of living adjustment will go up in the new year.
The announcement was to be made last week, but was delayed because of the federal government shutdown.
Where is
Some
that?
say the Social Security Administration's
All right,
cost
I'm
of
gonna
living
check it out.
adjustment
I'll
won't
do that.
help
I'll
them
do
much
that
in paying for
Thursday
their daily
before you
expenses.
come in.
Recipients got a 2.5% cost of living adjustment.
You got Frankenstein versus Mike Myers.
3.2% increase
Dracula.
in 2024. The smaller increase for next year reflects moderating inflation. Marcela Sanchez, Washington.
A new poll shows President Trump's favorability has fallen among Hispanic adults since the beginning of the year, a potential warning sign from a key constituency victory in the 2024 election. The October
that'll be
18th
fun. Very good. I
25%
will. I
of
definitely
Hispanic
will.
adults have a somewhat or very favorable view of Trump. That's down from 44% in January. On Wall Street, the Dow by 472 points. The Nasdaq rose
Very good.
263.
Very good.
The S&P
We'll give another lap
advanced
then.
53. More at Town.
That'll be fun. All right, man.
They say
We'll see you
timing
next
is
week.
everything in the gold and silver markets, and it's true. Dennis Prager here for AmFed Coin and Bullion. Although you
No.
can buy at the right time,
Shouldn't
if
Bowden
you
do
buy
that?
the wrong coins, you may not make a profit.
Hit the
With
people
gold
that
at
haven't paid us?
$400 an ounce, many people were talked into buying
I guess I
high-grade
could do it.
old gold and silver collector's coins. Unfortunately, most of the
I can hit
people who
Raji,
bought these
I can
so-called
hit,
semi-numismatic
I should
coins,
probably make
like the
a copy
$20
of
St.
this.
Gordon's and Liberty Head gold coins, have not broken even on their investment. Incredible, given that gold has risen approximately 525% since then. So while timing is everything, if you buy the
I get
wrong
Raji,
coins,
I
the
can
timing
hit,
simply doesn't matter. Having a dealer who cares about
George says
positioning
nobody's
you
asked
in
him.
the right
I
types of
told you
coins
that.
or bullion will mean more to your portfolio than anything else. That's why I deal with Nick Rovich and AmFed Coin and Bullion. Whether you're buying or selling, call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. Or go to AmericanFederal.com, AmericanFederal.com.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and full news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I know it's like
I'm John
this.
Shearer. Kern County Fire Department officials report that the department has received over $90,000 in grant money from the Office of Traffic Safety. The funds will be used to purchase extraction equipment called Jaws of Life. Firefighters use these specialized tools to rescue crash victims trapped inside a vehicle. Officials say reducing the time it takes to get the patient to the hospital increases the chance for recovery. Governor Gavin Newsom recently vetoed 3 bills to advance proposed virtual power plants, and that reportedly has some clean energy and climate change groups speaking out against the vetoes. The plants would connect devices that store power so they could send back power to the grid at times of peak usage. Governor Newsom said one bill was too costly and the others would interfere with existing efforts to make the grid more efficient. Reportedly, the Bakersfield Police Department continues to ask the public's help in searching for a missing 77-year-old man. Police said David Po Fung Chan was last seen on Tuesday morning on Real Road near Chester Lane. Chan is described as Asian, 5 foot 2 inches tall, 120 pounds with gray hair and brown eyes. He's considered at risk due to medical conditions and age. Contact the Bakersfield Police Department with any information. Heading into the weekend, gas prices dropped slightly at stations in Bakersfield over the past week. The average price per gallon of regular at the pump, according to AAA, is $4.57. That's about a penny lower than last week and 3 cents higher than last year. The national average for a gallon of regular gas is up a couple cents to $3.07. The national average is expected to reach the $3 mark in the coming days. I'm John Shearer in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Yeah, you get an accident, flat tire, yeah, the cop comes by. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's not just being stopped because you're driving crazy. The brake light out, you don't realize it.
Call from an outside line, I mean it.
I'm telling you, this is a mistake. Going after this broad, she's going to win, and then she's going to be a fucking celebrity.
Now, the host you've been waiting all day for.
I know, man, Donnie.
From the KERN studio, here's Ralph Bailey.
Hour 2 of the broadcast on this Friday. Gargantuan Friday. World Series Friday. Game 1 Friday. George Culver is going to join us at the bottom of the hour. Our local former Dodger who once pitched a no-hitter in Major League Baseball, and he's the finest pitching instructor in Kern County. So if you've got a young man who is coming up and wants to pitch, I would certainly contact George as an instructor. And we'll get into a couple of different miscellaneous news and notes later on the program. But it is a Friday. Time once again to hook up with the finest handicapper in the land, our man Brandon Lang. What's really popping, Pop? What's going on?
Man, oh man, oh man. When gambling became legal, I don't know how many years ago, I did Stephen A. Smith's radio show. He said, B-Lang, what do you think? And I said, my man, they're making a deal with the devil.
You think?
And I said, these leagues are making a deal with the devil. And I said, the thing about making a deal with the devil is when the devil calls in his marker, all hell's going to break loose. See? And what it did was it opened up Pandora's box for what you saw happen. Now, percentage speaking, I'm not speaking for all of them.
Well, let me stop you real quick. Here's my thesis. I think the fact it's the books that are ratting these guys out. You see what I'm saying? The bookies are the ones that are getting ripped off. And so they now have a record. Now that it's legal, there's a record to follow these guys. And it's the bookies that see, wait, Terry Rozier suddenly is betting on the under. And you know what I'm saying? I think it's helped. What say you?
Well, I'm not saying that it's helped. I'm saying this tarnishes the league.
Yeah, there's no question about that. You're right.
This tarnishes these players doing it. pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. Percentage speaking, I've spent a lot of time around professional athletes, a lot of them. And the one thing I come away with is they're all greedy. They're all greedy. They all love money. Now, there aren't many Michael Jordans out there that didn't care about money. Michael didn't care about his contract.
Nope.
Scottie Pippen made more in their playing career, 120-something million, and Michael did 80-something million.
And Michael didn't start making big money till late in his career.
Last two years,
Yeah.
25, 24 million.
Yeah.
That's it. And so when you have these guys now and you present them with a way to make free money, their eyes light up. Look at the shady things these guys are doing once they get out of football, embezzling money and ripping people off and doing whatever.
Mail fraud.
They love money, the greed to want more. So now you present them, and this just goes to show you how stupid these players are. I say there's 4 things you can't handicap: penalties, turnovers, coaching stupidity, and player stupidity. Did Rozier not think that this would come back to him as blatant as it was? No. Did Billups think? And let me just go on record right now, and we'll get to the games in a second. My business manager lives in Vegas. He's made it to a final table. I'm not going to give his name. He's played in these high-stakes poker games. He has one in Vegas on Tuesdays and Fridays. And he told me about this a couple years ago. I didn't pay attention to it because it was poker.
Right.
And everything was fine. Everything was fine and dandy when it was just staying in these high-stake poker games in L.A. What people need to realize is the mob found out about it and wanted in on it. And they came calling. Here's the problem. You know this. When the mob comes calling, you don't say no. Sorry, you're either in or there's problems. And so that's
And once you're in, you're in.
You're in. So now here's what
You're
happens.
in, you're in. There's
The
no
mob-
getting out.
The mob got it. Yep, the mob got into it. They got the machines. They're throwing these poker games. They're ripping people off. They're taking that money and then running their shady side of the mob business. And the FBI, which has the mob under surveillance still to this day, uncovered the poker thing, which led them to its origin. And that is how they got busted. And that's straight from the horse's mouth from somebody that when it first started, they were fleecing NBA players. They were fleecing gamblers. My business manager was there when a guy lost 1.8 million. Didn't tell me it was an NBA player. Didn't tell me who it was. We're on a phone. We're on a cell phone. He just said the guy lost 1.8 million. And so that's where you're at, bro. And now Billups is linked to fixing games. I just saw something online where he pulled his best player out with 3 minutes to go when they were playing. I forget who it was.
Yeah, and the guy had like 37 points, and he yanked him.
Last 3 minutes. Yep. So it's going to run deep, and the first domino is falling.
And did you hear this?
Players in trouble.
I heard this morning that Kevin Garnett might be linked to this.
Yep. I heard Garnett, and not listen. I'm not going to speculate and start throwing names all over the place, but listen. I've heard for years from some very reliable sources that Kevin Garnett isn't the greatest person in the world. I've gotten it from multiple sources that he's a scumbag.
And isn't that
I've gone on radio and I've said Tiger Woods is a scumbag because he is, and the things he's done in his life and how he treated people. But I heard Garnett treated people brutally all throughout his whole career, bullied people brutally. And now that he's retired, would not surprise me in the least that he's involved. But I'll say it again, and we'll get to the game. This is just the tip of the iceberg, bro.
Yeah.
Over the coming months and the coming years, this is going to filter down to the collegiate ranks.
Yeah.
This is going to filter down to coaches. This is going to filter down. They opened up Pandora's box with this, and now they've got a major problem. I believe it's going to lead to they're going to take all player props off the board for NBA players. That's what I firmly believe.
I heard
that's where they'll start.
From several pundits, I heard the suggestion is they should take unders off the board because you can manipulate an under. It's a whole lot harder to manipulate an over. You see what I'm saying? Like all you got to do is manipulate an under is fake an injury and the under hits. but it's a little more difficult to do that with an over.
I can see that, but I still think that, or they'll cap how much you can actually bet. You can't bet 180,000 on a guy's point props. That's absolutely absurd and stupid and ignorant. Bottom line, to be able to bet almost 200,000 on a guy's over/under props. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard for a bookie to allow someone to do that. So we'll see. It's a great story. Give us something to talk about. But I foreshadowed it. Came true. It's Satan.
I think Rozier is guilty as hell. But is there any chance? I still think there's a remote chance Billups might not be as entrenched in this as people think. What do you think? Am I wrong about that?
I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
I think Rozier is going to be banned for life.
For life. Oh, clearly.
I think Billups is going to be banned for life. I think Billups is going to do some jail time. I don't think Rozier is going to do any jail time, but he'll be banned for life. He'll never play in the NBA again.
I don't know why I think Billups is not guilty. I don't know why. Everybody thought Shohei was guilty when his interpreter went down. Everybody, the first 48 hours, everybody had Ohtani guilty. I don't know why, Brandon, but I got a funny feeling that Chauncey's not guilty.
Let me say it. Over 700 million reasons why somebody could be a fall guy. And until I see pictures of that guy back in China behind bars and not chilling on a big palace property taking the bullet, I'm still skeptical. I can't you don't give somebody access to your account and the guy loses $21 million.
Oh, you're talking about Ohtani?
About it.
Oh, you still think Ohtani's guilty?
I'm not saying he's guilty.
That's all the time we have for Brandon Lang. We've got to move on to our next guest. What's the matter with you? On the day of the World Series, you're going to bag on my superstar? Have you gone crazy?
There's a couple people who feel that way still.
Dude, these are fighting words. What's up with you? Man, about to mush my team.
You believe, I love Ohtani. One thing's got nothing to do with the other.
All right.
Let's not go crazy here. One thing's got nothing to do with the other. He'll go down in history as the greatest baseball player to ever play the game.
Back-to-back MVP, back-to-back world champion.
Bar none. The best we'll ever see. We better enjoy the next 6-7 years of that man because it's unbelievable. He goes out and throws and pitches and hits bombs. It's literally, he's Babe Ruth of this time. Big time. So there you go. We'll segue out of that.
All right.
The Ohtani thing, something you and I sit down person and have at it. You know what? We'll do that at the golf tournament.
All right, very good.
We'll do that at the dinner the night before the golf tournament.
Very good.
Ohtani's off limits for now. But when we get in front of each other, based on what I know, I'll bring guns blazing, baby.
All right.
Somebody better call 911 because we got some problems. All right, football. Here we go.
What do you got?
And by the way, Phillips, if you believe in Santa Claus, you don't think that boy's got his hands in the cookie jar.
That thing pulling the players is really bad.
Oh my God!
That night, that guy had 37 points, and with 4 minutes to go, he pulled it.
And I was like, "No way!" And
yeah.
Here's what's crazy. And I'm just gonna throw it on the table. There were times I had Portland plus the points last year, and literally it'd be a 2-point game in the fourth quarter, and I'm getting 13 and a half. I'm like, man, I'm good. And they lose by 19, and get outscored by 20 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I'm like, my God, how does that happen? That happened to me twice. So I'm just okay. College football.
Here we go.
I'm gonna ride Vandy.
That was a great call last weekend.
I've been telling people that this team is for real. It started last year. This coach has them playing well. They had Bama beat. 12:58 to go, fourth quarter, down 6. They're at the Bama 17-yard line, 1st and 10, and then Pavia threw a pick. Never got it back. 2 weeks later, they show up. They beat LSU. He's not going to let them lay down. He's not going to let them come out flat. They are right there to get a playoff spot. The brunt of the hard part of their schedule is done. I'm telling you right now, they win this game. They got a path to the SEC championship. Vandy, -2.5. One of the best teams against the spread in college football is Mississippi State. They are 6-1 against the spread. They're getting 7.5 at home to Texas. Watch out. This could be a shocker. Take Mississippi State plus 7.5.
Wow.
Don't believe in Oklahoma. I still don't believe in Oklahoma. I won't buy into Oklahoma. Give me Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin, who had on those sweet baby blue Nikes last week. I got to find them. They were bad to the bone. Give me Ole Miss plus 5. And last but not least, Auburn plus 3 and the Minnesota Gophers plus 9. I like what PJ Flex got going, rolling the boat, getting that more than a touchdown against Iowa. NFL one play. I'm going Aaron Rodgers plus 3 over Green Bay. I had Arizona as my best bet in the NFL last Sunday. I hit the Lions on Monday night.
Yeah, that was a great
9
call.
and won my last 10 in the NFL. After starting the NFL season, and I came on your show and I was very open and honest about it. I was 0-8 in the NFL. I've now gone 9 and won my last 10 to get back to 9 and 9 for the season. Just went on a heater. Mike Tomlin, as a home dog in his career for the Pittsburgh Steelers, 25-5 against the spread.
Wow.
Awful hard to go against that. Getting 3, make sure you buy the half point, get 3.5.
All right, good advice. Good advice.
What are you going to do with your Raiders, man?
Not watch them and just pretend that they don't exist.
I mean, it's so.
I mean, at this point, I'm hoping we just finish at 2-15, so maybe we can get a quarterback next draft.
That was
I
the
don't know.
most embarrassing thing I have seen.
Yeah.
in
Three
quite some time.
3 first downs. I've never even heard of that. I've never heard of that in high school football. 3 first downs? I've never heard of that.
Does Pete Carroll last and come back next year?
With Mark Davis, who the hell knows? I
know.
would think they would give him a second year. But with
You know
Davis,
what?
who knows?
You know what it boils down to?
Yeah, what do you got?
You just can never trust a man with a do like that.
The Dutch boy haircut, you damn right.
You got that.
Big
you got
Chico,
that little haircut, that man. I don't care. He got billions.
Big Chico State graduate. Your daddy's got all the money in the world, and you end up at Chico State. Like what? And no disrespect to Chico State graduates, because I know one that listens to the broadcast. But come on, man. Your dad's Al Davis. You're not going to Stanford or UCLA or SC. You're going to Chico State.
Listen, the
Just
man
saying.
went to Chico State because all he did was party in high school. He had a 1.9 grade point average.
Exactly. You stumbled staggeringly haphazardly into the truth. That is,
Oh my God, that's hysterical. So there we go.
all right, Pop. Love you, man. Have a great weekend.
Love you too, buddy. Have a good week.
Root for my Dodgers.
I will.
All right. We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
My man, Brandon Lang. Quick timeout. We'll check the board, see what you all are talking about. Then at the bottom of the hour, one of our favorite people, George Culver, is going to join us via the Rogers Brandon Global Telephone Network. Walk us up to game time, which officially is 5 o'clock, but as many of you know, they introduce the entire ball clubs, all the reserves, the bullpens, everybody gets introduced. So I'm guessing first pitch about 5:20, 5:25, or at least that's what I'm hoping, so I don't miss too much. In the meantime, we'll step aside. We will also delve into, I can't even read my own writing. Letitia James was arraigned today. I'll explain why I think this whole prosecution is a mistake. I've got some miscellaneous news and notes to get to. Jay Jones, the would-be Attorney General of Virginia, is plummeting, while Winnie Sears, the Republican gubernatorial candidate, just can't get any traction, despite Abigail Spanberger not denouncing Jay Jones. I'll explain when we get there. And I've got some Dodger facts we'll go over. And did we get to Dave Roberts as well? We got Dave Roberts talking with Colin Cowherd yesterday. That's all coming up. It's the Ralph Bailey Show on Game 1 of the World Series, right here on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN, where we stream live at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Coming up on the Monday edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, the shutdown is just going on and on, getting deep into the 20s here for how many days. There has not been an agreement between Democrats and Republicans on this. Republicans want to open the government, Democrats taking it hostage. We'll discuss that. Plus, Trump and the Department of War blowing up more of these drug boats leaving Venezuela. We'll talk about it on Clay and Buck.
Live 9 to noon. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180.
Hey,
KERN.
are those mine?
Kern County business owners, this one's for you. Meet Trucordia, the new name built on trust and accord. With over 100 years of combined experience, Trucordia protects local
Which ones are
businesses
mine?
with smart, cost-saving
These are
benefit
these are so good.
From
they're
reducing
freaking
risk to
loud.
keeping your team happy, Trucordia offers free online tools and
You sure
hands-on
those are mine?
support. As a full-service agency, Trucordia takes your insurance plans to the next level. Call 661-401-2280 today.
It's probably in the
Trucordia,
bag.
where trust and harmony work for your business. 661-401-2280.
Millions of fans agree. This Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghost of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. November 25th, Dignity Health Arena. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com and AXS.com. Don't miss this season's most exciting concert experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
Meet Paul Sheldon's client, Norma Diaz, owner of La Rosa Fruit Bars and Ice Cream.
Hi, I'm Norma Diaz from La Rosa Fruit Bars and Ice Cream, and I'm a client and friend of Paul Sheldon. I've known Paul for many, many years, and my parents happened to be his first clients. So, of course, I called Paul and immediately felt this peace come over me, knowing that I didn't have to freak out about making a big decision. His knowledge about Medicare and your health insurance needs are beyond compare, and I was taken care of immediately by his wonderful staff. He knew everything that I needed and what I wouldn't need, so I was pretty much in and out of there in record time. If you're getting to that age or you're going to be needing to know about Medicare, then he's the one to call. He will totally help you out and get you pointed in the right direction. You're going to leave there feeling a great accomplishment and no concerns. And even if you have questions later, his staff can help you out. Those feelings are just priceless to me. So, glad you did.
When Medicare matters, our team has the answers. Team Paul Sheldon.
398-2298.
The Crossroads of the West Gun Show is coming this weekend to the Kern County Fairgrounds in Bakersfield.
We're finding everything we're looking for, so we're impressed.
Awesome selection. Awesome. Yeah, just a lot more than I expected to see.
It's America's premier gun show with great deals on guns, ammo, scopes, accessories, and more. Sold at wholesale prices, plus jewelry, gift ideas, and door prizes.
We'll scour through, find the best bargain, and come back and buy it.
Crossroads of the West Gun Show this weekend at the Kern County Fairgrounds in Bakersfield. All sales are conducted in compliance with local law. You can buy, sell, and trade at all Crossroads gun shows.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey for Agape Air. You know, when the air just isn't right, call the team that gets it done right. That's Agape Air, keeping homes comfortable for 18 years, locally owned and always professional. And who knows better than I? They serve my complex. From smart thermostat help to service requests, repairs, replacements, and preventative maintenance, Agape Air is prompt, knowledgeable, and delivers quality you can trust. Don't sweat it. Call Agape Air at 661-399-6600 today. Agape Air, comfort you can feel, service you can trust.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the Ralph Bailey Show.
Dude, you have no idea. Because you think I'm nuts. You got to bring them back in here and listen. It's,
I know there's
it's like night and day. Little inside baseball. I thought I was slick and switched out my old headset, for those that are watching on YouTube, for a brand new headset that was in the Comrex bag that I took to Washington. And I've been wearing them for like a week, and I'm going deaf. They're so new and so good that they were blowing my ears out. So I went back to my old headset. I have absolutely no idea why I'm sharing that with you. No idea. 842. Huh?
Also ratting yourself out there a little bit.
That I was straightening out my. What difference does it make? A headset's a headset. But that's not true, apparently. So I put the goons back and took my old one back. We got 2 minutes before we get to Mr. Culver. What do you got?
Stephen A. Smith's comments on this gambling bust were pathetic. ass thought is this investigation started with Trump.
What? Huh?
I believe he meant to say that Stephen A. Smith tried to pin all of this on Trump, saying that Trump was getting his revenge on the NBA for their liberal stances on everything. And that's why you saw the FBI crackdown.
Stephen A. Smith stock is plummeting.
Oh, yeah.
And has absolutely hit the bottom of Mariana's Trench in the black community. And I know how he feels because much of what he said I agree with. It began, I was watching The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God and Envy, and I forget the girls' names. The one girl used to be on TMZ, and the other girl used to be a comedian. She used to be on Wild and Out.
Yeah, the
but I always forget that Jess the Mess, Jess, and the other girl is
I can never remember the other
Lolita
girl's
or
name.
something, Lola, something like that.
Yeah.
But they were talking about it because Stephen A. Smith absolutely destroyed Jasmine Crockett, which I completely agree with. That she talks like a street hood when she talks to her constituents. And then she puts on kind of her business voice, which a lot of black folks do. I don't speak like this when I'm amongst a bunch of brothers. We all kind of get into that street language a little bit when you're around fellow African Americans, but he just ripped her a new one. And black folks are saying he's trying to run as a Republican. That's what it's all about. You see Stephen Jackson tear into him? Stephen A. is not popular in the black community, but George Culver is. He joins us next.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The 2018 Supreme Court decision opened the floodgates to the legalized sports betting industry, now worth billions of dollars a year, even as it recognized that the decision was controversial. That high court ruling is back in the spotlight after the arrest on Thursday of more than 30 people, including an NBA player and coach, in 2 cases alleging sprawling criminal schemes to rake in millions by rigging sports bets and poker games involving mafia families. The deployment of National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. faces a challenge in a court in the nation's capital. Meanwhile, a judge in West Virginia continued the hearing until early next month, while a judge in Portland, Oregon is considering whether to let President Trump deploy troops there. More details at SRN News.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Don't forget, I may not be here Monday.
KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
My number, my badge number,
Fire Department
my group number is
report that the
86.
department has received over $90,000 in grant money from the Office of Traffic Safety. The funds will be used to purchase new extraction equipment called the Jaws of Life. Heading into the weekend, gas prices dropped slightly at stations in Bakersfield this past week. The average price per gallon of regular gas at the pump.
So that means I have to hang out. I have to go show up every day.
That's about a penny lower than it was last
Just
week
keep
and
calling.
3 cents higher than a year ago. Governor Gavin Newsom recently vetoed 3
Yeah, it
bills
says
to
to call, it
advance
says in order to
virtual power
in order to
plants
receive
that
reporting
reportedly
instructions,
has
please
some
call
clean
the
energy
automated
and
system
climate
the
change
weekend
groups
before your
speaking out
summons start
against the
date.
vetoes. I'm John
Which is
Shearer, the
Monday.
KERN Newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1
Really?
and AM 1180 KERN.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey for Adaptive Networks. Are you a business owner who feel that your IT company just treats you just like another ticket number? Well, at Adaptive Networks, exceptional customer service isn't just a promise.
That
It's
says
how they
86, right?
do business every single day. And when you call, you're actually talking to a real person who knows your name, understands your business, and genuinely cares about solving your problems. No phone trees, no runaround, no attitude. From the moment you become a client,
So I don't even-
you'll experience the difference that comes from working with a company that
On
puts
Monday?
customer service first.
So I don't
No
even
one
call
knows
this
that
weekend.
better than the folks
Just
here
call
at
after the
American
show
General
Monday.
Media, because we've teamed up with Adaptive Networks.
Sweet.
Ready to experience
Oh no,
IT
not
support
sweet.
the
I
way
wanted
it
to
should
be
be?
on Monday.
Call Adaptive
See the
Networks.
game.
661-241-0638 or visit adaptive-net.com.
So they get to
today.
86?
Adaptive Networks, where great technology meets even greater customer service.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you
There's
get
a
with a
lot of
Medicare
good shit
Advantage
about
plan from
Start.
United Healthcare.
There's that murder
More than
case. It's the
45
Mata
years
case is
experience
about
serving
Start.
its members. United Healthcare
Mata
has
starts
plans with low
Tuesday?
monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow.
You don't need a
The
jury for
Medicare
a
annual
pretrial, do
enrollment
you?
period ends December 7th. So go to uhc.com
I
/Medicare
would
today.
love, but that would
United
be
Healthcare Medicare plans.
I could be
It's
gone for
Medicare coverage
months.
California can count on.
Welcome to Sundale Country Club, your home for
What would they
golf,
do?
family, and friends.
They wouldn't let
Sundale
me
is
go
more
for
than golf. It's a jewel in the heart of
I would
Bakersfield,
have to call
the proud
Carter.
home of
There's
the
no way
award-winning
they'd let me
Phoenix
do
restaurant, combining upscale dining with
Fire.
magnificent
They'd
golf
bring it
course
up.
views.
Shit.
Sundale Country Club will soon be your favorite getaway without even leaving
You got
town.
George?
To reserve a tea time or make a dining reservation, call 661-831-4200. Open to all, but ask about our membership benefits,
Well, that's cool.
golf,
That's good.
family,
No,
and
thank you.
friends. It all comes together at Sundale Country Club.
Graybeard here, host of the SolarWise radio show. Listen, nobody likes
So I
PG&E.
blew 'em
They're
off?
outrageously expensive. Join me Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on Kern Radio, News Talk 1180.
Monday, it's time to air our dirty laundry. There's a real argument going on in conservative America about whether we should call out the nut jobs on
Like
our
how many
side
times?
or not. We will discuss it.
By Monday's Armstrong and Getty show, we expect to see LeBron James in cuffs
called a
because
couple
of the
times.
whole fixing scandal. Probably not.
Say that. Only
We'll
second
have
time I've
the
ever been
latest
called.
on everything on the
And
next
the first time I
Armstrong
got
and Getty
called,
show.
I got on a
Weekdays
jury.
noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, live 9 to noon. Now back to the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
It's a beautiful day
For a ball game, for a ball game today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two from Walla Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo. It's a beautiful day for a home run or even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today. First heard that in 1971 in 6th grade. And our next guest, I think, was still pitching when I was in 6th grade in 1971. It's our good friend, local pitching
I don't know
instructor.
where he went, but we just lost him.
Oh, damn. After that big build-up.
So he was just there, then we just lost him.
All right, let's see if we can get George Culver
hold on,
is
here
about
he
to join us. He is calling back real quick. And George, were you pitching in 1971 when I first heard the Dodger song? I don't know if you heard that. We were playing the Dodger. What do you call that? It's a beautiful day for a ball game. I can literally remember the first time I heard that. Driving.
Who sang that, Ralph?
I have no idea.
Why don't you let him?
I didn't see that coming. I should have saw that.
Buck Owens used to do that to me all the time. I used to hear a song and he'd say, "Who sang that?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Why don't you let him?"
Yeah, my bad. But were you in baseball still in 71?
I'm playing for the Astros in 71, yeah.
Wow. So obviously, what do you think tonight and the series?
Boils down to good hitting against good pitching. I'll tell you what, Toronto's got a surprisingly good lineup.
Yeah, they really do.
And they took one of their better players out. They put Bichette in and took out Varsho.
Yeah.
And Bichette hadn't played in a long time. Varsho was swinging the bat very good. I mean, he scares the heck out of me. But since it's a left-handed pitcher in Snell, they took the left-handed bat out of the lineup and put Bichette in. So Dodgers had a kind of a weird roster. They took Scott off. They added Conforto, which I don't know how they're going to use him.
No, from what I understand, the Conforto is not on the club.
No, according to the roster on the internet today, he's on the club. They took Scott off. Bessia has to be back on in 3 days, or he can't get in at all. And so they took their put some right-handed pitchers on there because Toronto doesn't have too many left-handed hitters, but the ones they've got are pretty darn good, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be very interesting. I think the favor the Dodgers is that all the pitchers for Toronto are right-handed, and so that gives Ohtani a chance. Because Ohtani can't look any worse than he does against left-handed pitching. Can't look any worse.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Freeman has been struggling a little bit. That helps him. You got Muncy, that helps him. Muncy doesn't hit left-handers at all, and so it helps the three. As far as I'm concerned, the big three in the lineup for the Dodgers, left-handed hitters at least. And so we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be very interesting. And like I've heard you say many times, the Dodgers at least have to get out of there with a split.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
They could beat 2 in a row. They probably won't win the series, but I think they can probably win both games as long as the starting pitching keeps doing what they're doing. I don't know if you can expect that or not. I mean, they have the greatest 4-game series in the history of playoffs.
Yeah.
4 runs in 4 games. Whoever did that?
No kidding. And that's why I am confident, because we didn't really hit. We haven't been hitting in the playoffs, and yet we dominated 2 really good clubs in Philly and Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think we're basically relying on home runs for one thing, but then also most of our scoring comes in 1 inning.
Yeah.
We the 1 innings where somebody bases loaded, clears the base or whatever. Or, you got a guy like Ohtani has three bases empty home runs, and that's basically all they needed for that game. And so it's a home run versus a contact. Toronto's a contact team. They don't strike out a lot, so they're going to need some weak contact. And the Dodgers have a very good defensive team, I think. And,
very good defensive team. I think our defensive club is much underrated.
Yeah, and when you get that far, you got to have all the phases. You can't just have one phase. They got pitching, defense, and hitting, and the only thing that ever scares anybody, and they'll admit it, is the bullpen. And fortunately for us, Toronto's bullpen's not very good either.
Yeah. Where's Chris? Chris?
What happened?
My producer disappeared. I've got here, George, this is what I got from the paper. The team also kept the same 14-player position group it used last round, again going with defensive and speed specialist Justin Dean and Haesung Kim over veteran outfielder Michael Conforto and third catcher Dalton Rushing for its final roster spots.
Well, I saw they didn't have Rushing on it. They didn't have they had Conforto and not Rushing.
Yeah, they're saying Conforto did not make the club. So I don't know whether you're right or I'm right.
I don't know either. Somebody got the wrong information, but anyway, we'll find out.
Yeah, if I had a producer, I'd ask him to look it up, but my producer somehow disappeared.
They don't need 3 catchers, and they have that other kid. The kid that kind of surprised everybody when he came up.
Yeah, the kid whose name I can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Ben something. Rodvit? I can't even pronounce it.
But so they don't need 3 catchers, and they only need 4 outfielders too. They got Kiki, and they got Fahe, and they got Dean and Hernandez.
Yeah.
The other Hernandez, the right fielder, and so it's a good solid team. I mean, it really is. So
the obvious question that I think everybody is wanting me to ask you: what about the bullpen?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like Roberts. He's got to get to the 9th inning. You got to figure out how to get to the 9th inning.
Yeah.
If they get 9th inning, they got a chance because Sasaki has been really good, and Toronto hasn't seen him, so that's a good thing. And so who's your left-handed guy to go to? They got Scott's not in the roster, so they got
Bondo.
Mondo and the other kid, Driver looked been pretty good. Right hand, that's the question. Can try and do it.
Yeah.
They put a couple young kids on the roster.
And they brought up Edgardo Enriquez and Will Klein.
Right.
Look up the Dodger roster for us and see if they've got Conforto on there or not. Because
I have the same question.
George has him on the lineup. The thing that I looked up has him off the lineup. So Chris is going to look it up, but
they don't need him. They don't need him for sure.
Yeah. What about Ben Casparis? Kasparius, who was added to the bullpen. What do you think?
I don't know. I think they might have took him off. I'm not sure. Every time you read the roster, they got somebody different on there. But he's done a good job for him.
Yeah.
He's got some experience. I'd rather have him in there with experience than bringing somebody up from AAA, to pitch that's probably going to be a little bit in shock.
Right.
But that's not easy.
What do you think of Will Klein, who just got activated? He's posting a 2.35 ERA in 14 appearances this year.
Yeah, he's done good. He's got some walk, but he's done good. He gets out of the jam. So that's the key. The key is if our starters only go 6 innings, what are we going to do?
Exactly.
Until we get to Sasaki. So our starters have got to give us 7 innings. Then we can kind of hold our breath for the 8th inning.
Right. Right.
Sasaki for the 9th. So
that's what I've been saying all week. Because if I'm the Blue Jays, I'm telling them, let's take some pitches, let's make them work, let's get the pitch count up, and let's get to that bullpen. And if Dave has to pull somebody in the 5th or 6th inning, you know who I think is going to be key? I think Sheehan is going to be key. He's that guy I think that can get us from the 5th to the 7th inning. What do you think?
Yeah, he's been doing very good, and he's come a long way since the first part of the season. And it's not easy to be a starter, and all of a sudden you're in the bullpen under pressure.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's done well in that job.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's going to be interesting. The whole key is, can we get to the 7th inning? Can we get to the 7th inning? If we can, we got a really good chance of winning, and we need to put up some points. Put up some points
early.
Take the pressure off of those guys coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, early. We need to score early. That I think is going to be one of the keys. George Culver is our guest, a fine pitching instructor. If you have a young man, a granddaughter, grandson, son, daughter, want to learn how to pitch, I would go to George Culver. What do you got, Chris?
And just to answer your guys' question, no, Conforto is not on the roster.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. And actually, I've been bagging Conforto all season, George, but the last month of the season, he started hitting.
Yeah, he actually did contribute a little bit coming down the stretch.
Yeah.
But they've got other people in him. And then I thought they might. When I saw his name, I thought, well, maybe they did that because Toronto has all right-handed pitching.
Right.
And so, but I guess I got some fake news. I don't know. You never know what you believe off the internet. Anymore.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. What do you think of Dave Roberts? He is if he wins this thing, George, I did a little research this morning. He is in rarefied air. There are only 4 major league managers that have won 4 World Series. Three World Series. Joe Torre, Bruce Bochy, Sparky Anderson, LA boy, went to Dorsey High School, and Tony La Russa. Is Dave Roberts a Hall of Famer now? Because certainly if he wins this World Series, he's an instant Hall of Famer, correct?
They didn't mention, he's talking about in the last few years, you didn't mention Casey Stengel. He won quite a few himself.
Yeah, that must be recent. Yeah.
I think if they don't win anything else, I think they'll be in the Hall of Fame. What he's done is that very, very incredible, and they blame it on the payroll. Well, look at the San Diego payroll; they don't win nothing.
No kidding.
And
Philly's payroll is just underneath ours. It really is. It's not that much difference.
Toronto's actually isn't that much further than both of them.
Yeah.
And the Yankees don't necessarily win all the time either. They got a big payroll.
Yep.
And so I think he's great. I know him very well. He's a great guy. Every time I go to LA, he's always very friendly and happy to see me. He remembers coming to Bakersfield, speaking at one of our hot stove dinners, and he's got a great rapport with the players. The players love him. And,
yeah.
It's about the clubhouse culture. I mean, he has a great feel for making everybody feel comfortable. And when they bring somebody into that team that's new, they fit right in. He makes sure, they get reports on, make sure they bring somebody in that will fit in. They don't bring just anybody into that clubhouse. He's got some reputation.
Yep.
I love the guy. I love the guy. I can never agree. I don't always agree with everything he does, but
me either.
Somehow he figures it out. I mean, when you got a crappy bullpen like that, how do you know what to bring in?
Yeah, no kidding.
So
no kidding.
Bullpen always makes you a bad manager. You know that.
Well, that's why I always say he should extend our starters a little longer than he does. I thought my head almost exploded when he pulled Yoshi. He's 3-0. He's got 8 2/3 no-hit ball, 1 home run, and he yanks it. And I'm like,
out of the dugout. He's out of the dugout for the ball went over the fence.
yeah. And I'm like, come on, Dave. You really don't think this kid can get one more out? Come on.
You know, the difference in that game is they'd had the same record as Toronto, so they would have got the home field for the World Series.
There you go. There you go.
And so Toronto had 94 wins, the Dodgers had 93. That one game would have put the Dodgers in because they had the home field advantage on Toronto, I believe.
Wow. That's incredible. Yeah.
I mean, a guy's throwing 112 pitches. One more hitter. If one more hot guy gets on, okay, take him out. But
thank you.
They had no chance of getting this guy. Man, they were.
Nope.
That's like taking him out in that game, the last game when he's in the 9th inning.
Yeah. I wish
he finished the game.
I think, and this isn't a racist comment. This is just a cultural observation. I think if he'd been anybody else other than somebody that comes from a Japanese culture that doesn't argue, that doesn't really fight with his manager, I think if he had done a Blake Snell and said, I got this, Dave, I got this, go sit down. But I think with that Japanese culture, Yoshi's not going to say anything like that. But Blake, like just a couple days later, did it, and it worked out.
Yeah, no, I played in Japan. Those kids are very subservient.
Exactly.
Well, look at Scherzer the other day. The manager come take him out, and he yelled at him all the way across the third baseline. So I'm not coming out.
Exactly. I like that.
He let him in. So okay. And so that takes it out of the manager's hand. You can blame it on the player then.
Yeah.
So,
did you ever do that? Did you ever get into it with a manager that wanted to pull you?
No, I got into some pitchers when I was managing.
Yeah.
I questioned some guys that took me out of the game at a certain time. I'm thinking, I have no trouble with this guy hitting. Why you take me out of the game and bring in a guy that I know is going to have trouble with him? So it took me out of the game against Willie Stargell one time, and I get Willie Stargell out like he was right-handed hitter.
Yeah.
And he brought a left-hander in, and Willie Stargell had a 3-run homer off the left-hander.
That's funny.
Anyway, it's easy to second guess, man.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
So many, I liked it when the pitcher hit because you could second guess all the strategy of the game, the bunts,
right?
When to pinch here for the pitcher, and that kind of made it fun.
Yeah.
It's just like they've taken away arguing with the umpires. There's no arguing with the umpires anymore.
Yeah. And throwing at players. You didn't have to throw at the best player. You can throw at the guy that threw the pitch.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what Gibson used to say. You hit one of my guys, I'm gonna hit 2 of yours.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the audio from I think the 74 World Series where Tommy comes to take out Doug Rao?
Yeah.
And Doug Rao argues with him, and I can't even mimic. I know what he said, but I can't even mimic it on the radio because it was.
No, he said Yeager come out and he said, Steve, this is let's make this a political choice here. He says he wants to stay in. I say take him out. What do you say? And Yeager said you should take him out last hitter.
That's funny. No, I'm talking. There's another one where Doug says, "Why are you taking me out, Tony? I can get this guy." And those 2 hits were bleeders. They didn't hit me hard. And Tommy goes, "I don't effing care if they hit him bunts. This is the effing World Series." And they get into it. And Tommy's like, "Look, Dougie, it's my effing job, and I'm making the call." And Lopes has to come in and go, "Hey, let's talk about this later." I'll send it to you. It's really good audio and video.
Yeah, Tommy would do that. He'd argue with his own players on the bench.
Yeah.
He was fiery.
Yeah. So in the end, what's going to happen?
I say the Dodgers win probably in 6 games. I'm thinking in 6 games, maybe 5.
Yeah.
And like you said, the first couple games are going to make set the whole thing up.
I agree.
If their pitch improves, they can get through that lineup. Then they're probably going to have an easy time of it. But if they have trouble with that lineup, then it's going to be a tough series.
Yeah, Springer and Guerrero scare the crap out of me. They really do.
And and that Bichette, he's kind of a secret weapon for him. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Always great to talk to you, George. I appreciate you taking the time, and go Dodgers.
Yeah, Ralph, that guy never has come back to me about that donation I had for the honor flight.
Okay, somebody will get in contact with you by Monday.
Okay, Bubba.
All right. Thanks again for your support. You too, buddy. Take care. George Culver, one of our favorite people. We are just minutes from introductions. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I have to work on it. It's not on ESPN.
Okay. Let's go. I'm looking at Fox. The producer's got Fox on.
Well, technically, it's supposed to be on Fox.
Well, I don't care. It's World Series time. It's game
No,
one.
I meant the game is on Fox.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Quick timeout. We'll check the board, see what you all are talking about. We'll get into the five. We'll talk a little bit about Letitia James' prosecution and why I think it is a gargantuan mistake. And I've got some miscellaneous audio we'll get to. You'll hear from Dave Roberts, who was on with Colin Cowherd yesterday. All that's coming up. It's the Ralph Bailey Show. On game one of the World Series, it's almost time for Dodger baseball.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
The annual enrollment period for Medicare is here. That means that it is time for you to select your Medicare plan for 2026. This annual enrollment period, choose a name you already trust. Select Kern Family Healthcare Medicare, DSNP, a new option for people who have both Medicare
We drove
and
by there.
Medi-Cal. For over 29 years,
Wow.
Kern Family Healthcare
It
has
was
been
just
a
like that.
trusted name in Medi-Cal. Now, we're here to support your Medicare
I didn't tell
journey
you,
too.
me, Salty,
Call 1-866-661-3767.
and them snuck out one night.
Again, that's 1-866-661-3767. Or visit www.kernfamilyhealthcare.com/Medicare to learn more and enroll. Start your Medicare journey with local care you trust. Choose Kern Family Healthcare.
There he is.
Kern Family Healthcare Medicare
Yeah,
is
he
an
really
HMO
is.
DSNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract
made
with the
me-
California
they made me
Medicaid
do this.
program. Enrollment in
All
Kern
of
Family
them.
Healthcare
All of
Medicare
them.
HMO
Like
DSNP
promises.
depends on contract renewal.
We'll be joining us every Thursday, particularly at 4:30.
Maybe there are only 8
Daniel
people in there
Petrie
today.
from Messmaker and Petrie Wealth Advisors joins us.
Yeah, I'm
Daniel
screwed.
gives us a weekly update on the deficit and its
That's funny.
growth. We look at silver and gold, obviously the stock market, and all kind of economic issues that most importantly impact you.
No.
But again, you guys know what
I think that's
Messmaker
good.
and Petrie Wealth Advisors are all about. They're all about retirement. And I keep telling you guys, it's one of the smartest moves that I've ever made financially. Call Daniel at 395-9400, 395-9400 if retirement is in your near future. Or just tune in Thursdays at 4:30 when he joins us every week. Daniel Petrie and the folks at Messmaker and Petrie Wealth Advisors.
This broadcast is for informational purposes only. Does not constitute a solicitation or offer to buy or sell any security, future option, or other financial instrument, or to offer or provide any investment advisory or other services to any person in any jurisdiction by Daniel Petrie or MPWA Inc., DBA Messmaker and Petrie Wealth Advisors. Any views expressed in this broadcast by us are prepared based upon the information available to us at the time, and we are under no obligation to update our views.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
And they're-
Generous
yes.
programs are now available that can give you a fresh
This is the
start.
chance.
Our passion is
Jump on
taxes
it.
and helping
Yeah,
individuals
exactly.
fix their IRS problems. We
And
have
we gotta
over
score
1,000
early.
five-star reviews on Google
Yep,
and an A+
exactly.
with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid
Well,
of the
Tony's gotta
IRS
get it
any
going.
longer. End your tax nightmare today.
It's time!
By visiting us online at TRA.com or call
Tony's gotta get it going.
800-575-1783.
He's gotta get on somehow in the first inning.
800-575-1783.
I don't care if he walks, bunts,
Tax Relief Advocates.
he's gotta
Real
get on.
solutions for real people.
Must qualify for
Hey,
enrollment.
that'd be
Results may
nice.
vary.
Wouldn't that be nice to
$5,000.
start us?
That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back
what
with
audio we got
Upside
left?
just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning
Do that
cash
now.
back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
what?
I'm saving the cash I earn from using
Oh,
Upside
yeah.
to help pay for
Yeah,
our
I'll play that
vacation
for
later
you.
this year.
Download the free Upside
It's
app
got nothing
now
to
to
do with
earn
World
cash
Series,
back every
but
time
it's
you
just
buy
Ben.
gas. Use promo
It's always
code
good to have
QUICK
Ben
to
on.
get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the the free Upside app and use promo code QUICK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code QUICK for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You're listening to The Ralph Bailey Show. Catch me weekday morning 6 to 9 a.m. on First Look with Scott Cox, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
From the introductions, Game 1 of the World Series in Toronto, Canada. We'll come back. You'll hear from Dave Roberts. You'll hear from Vin Scully before we get out of here. Vin tells a great story about the Brooklyn Dodgers. I just thought it'd be nice to hear his voice on Game 1 day. In the meantime, you're listening to The Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1, where we're streaming live at kernradio.com. Ball, Gabriel, yeah, and that ain't all. East go home. Yes, yes, Jack.
This is AM 1180 KERN.
Satchel Paige is mellow, so is Campanella. New coming Dobie too. But it's a natural fact when Jackie gets the bat, the other team is through.
The government shutdowns impacted airports is reaching new
Did
levels.
you see Jackie
The head of the
Robinson
Air Traffic
hit
Controllers
that
Union,
ball?
Nick Daniels, says some controllers have taken on second jobs with DoorDash or Uber to earn some cash.
That leads to an unnecessary distraction, and they cannot be 100% focused on their jobs.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says more controllers have been calling in sick. His message to them:
I want you to show up. Please come to work. And I'm grateful for you to come to work.
Duffy says disruptions and delays will only get worse after Tuesday, which is usually payday.
And they got notice that their paycheck is going to be a big fat zero.
I'm Ed Donahue.
The U.S. is expanding the use of facial recognition.
It means more technology to track non-citizens entering and leaving the country in order to combat visa overstays and passport fraud. A new regulation will allow U.S. border authorities to require non-citizens to be photographed at airports, seaports, land crossings, and any other point of departure. U.S. authorities could require the submission of other biometrics, such as fingerprints or DNA.
Correspondent Bill Alexander reporting. Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Friday toured a U.S.-led center in Israel overseeing the Gaza ceasefire. Rubio says the coordination center will help with humanitarian assistance for Gaza.
It involves bringing together all the nation states that are offering to provide personnel and resources. So structuring what that stabilization force will look like, lining up all the countries that are willing to provide either money or personnel or a combination of both.
Rubio is the latest in a series of top U.S. officials to visit the Center for Civilian and Military Coordination. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 472 points. The Nasdaq rose 263. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
My debt problem started probably about 2016. I needed my life to change financially. I called Trinity and I ended up joining based on high credit card bills and high interest rate. And my counselor at Trinity has been great, and Trinity has been helping me to get on the right path of paying off these credit card bills, bringing down the interest rate. They have consolidated my bills into one low monthly payment. And now I am finally getting out of credit card debt. So I just want to say thank you, Trinity, for showing me a better and
brighter path. If you're in debt and need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
My name is Sharon, and soon I will be debt-free for keeps.
1-800-990-6976.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm John Shear. The Kern County Sheriff's Office reports that scammers are posing as Sheriff's Office personnel demanding payment for fake warrants, missed jury duty, or other court issues. They often ask for gift cards, Bitcoin, or electronic payments, and may threaten arrest. The Sheriff's Office reports they never ask for money or payment over the phone or via text. Governor Gavin Newsom recently vetoed 3 bills to advance proposed virtual power plants, and that reportedly has some clean energy and climate change groups speaking out against the veto. Governor Newsom said one bill is too costly and the others would interfere with existing efforts to make the grid more efficient. According to the U.S. Forest Service, 2 days of successful prescribed pile burning took place in Kern River Ranger District. They say the completed project produces a safety buffer and eliminates excessive hazardous fuels. Heading into the weekend, gas prices dropped slightly at stations in Bakersfield.
Find my cap.
The average price per gallon of regular
somewhere
at the pump,
in that
according
building,
to
and I
AAA,
can't
was
find it.
$4.57. That's about a penny lower
crazy.
than last week and 3 cents higher
I
than
barely
a year
found
ago.
this one.
The
I had to
national
dig in my
average
damn
for a
closet
gallon
to
of
find
regular
this.
gas went up a couple of cents to $3.07. The national average is expected to reach the $3 mark in the coming days.
Oh, don't wear this though.
Kaiser Permanente is hosting a
Under
drug
no
take-back event
circumstances.
in Bakersfield in conjunction with National Prescription Drug Take-Back
Can you throw it in the washer?
tomorrow. The event allows the community members to dispose of unwanted, expired, or unused medications. It's taking place at Ming Medical Parking Lot, which is located at 8800 Ming Avenue.
Oh, I know
I'm
what
John
you're talking
Sheeran,
about.
KERN
And you put them in the
Newsroom, with news every
dishwasher.
half hour or when it breaks on News Talk
I don't have a
96.1
dishwasher.
and AM 1180 KERN.
Oh, I need to protect it.
The armor is a quarter mile away. You gotta get up close like this. Bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
It's the Ralph Bailey Show.
Oh, and Joe D gets the call.
96.1.
Is
and
it
AM 1180
Smoltzy?
KERN.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be, right? They're a team.
Understand me? You hear me? Call from an outside line.
I love Smoltz.
Call in or text to 661-842-KERN. That's 661-842-5376. Listen live at KERNradio.com. Now, the host you've been waiting all day for. Live from the KERN studio, here's Ralph Bailey.
Final hour of the broadcast on this Friday. Game 1 of the World Series just about to get underway. Joe Buck, Joe Mama, Joe Frazier,
Joe Rogan,
Joe Bugner, fighter,
Uncle Joey,
Uncle Joe, ooh. Joey Heatherton, a beautiful woman of the 70s who you've never seen in your life, but she was hot.
Joey Tribbiani.
Ooh, you went fiction on me. Joe Mama, God, I can't believe I came up with JoJo Dancer, who was the Richard Pryor character in the Richard Pryor biography.
Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
The wrestling thing.
Joe Torre, former Dodger manager.
Joe Mauer.
Ooh, nice. Is he in the Hall of Fame yet?
If he's not, he needs
to. Is this his year? I think this is his year, actually.
I think this was the first year he got put up. I don't
know.
No,
I think he made it.
Did he make it?
Hold on. Hey, Siri, is Joe Mauer in the Baseball Hall of Fame?
Joe Mauer was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yes, he did.
2024.
Totally deserved.
Joe Friday from Don Kessler, coach.
Nice.
That's nice. You don't even get that, do you?
Huh?
You get that?
No, I'm just
saying Dragnet. I was about to say Dragnet was way before you. Way before you. You know who his partner was? No, you don't. Just say
Probably
no.
not,
You
no.
don't know. Colonel Potter, Harry Morgan.
Oh, nice.
It was I wasn't a big fan, but my dad liked it, so I watched it. All I remember about it was just the facts, ma'am. And at the end of the show, a fictional guy would hammer out Roman numerals. That's about all I remember. And the song, The theme song was pretty cool. But my dad loved Dragnet. My dad was a weird cat. 842-5376, 842-KER. And can you do a song and dance, Chris, while I bring down the drapes so I can see the ball game?
Sure. Well, I want to thank everybody who donated to Honor Flight, and there's still a chance. We are still pooling money. You can never not donate to Honor Flight to us, but if you would like to, just reach out and just write a check and drop it off here at the station. We'd love to have it.
Yeah, and my job, and I guess JR's and maybe even Jen Bowden's, is to contact some of you who pledged but have yet to submit your checks. And we're located at 1400 Easton Drive, Suite 134. You can mail a check in or drop it off, or
if I'm not mistaken, we're around 33,000.
33?
If I'm not mistaken.
That's not bad. That's not bad. We've had better years. We've had worse years. That's not bad. And again, I think the timing was poor. Me being in DC 3 days before the fundraiser. And yeah, I guess I could have contacted people in DC, but again, you don't know how frenetic it is. We get there on a Monday. I start the show literally on the bus ride from Baltimore to Washington, and then I have to sprint literally to my room. I'm the first one off the bus. I'm the first one who gets a key, and I sprint up, and I got to call Chris to help me set up the equipment, and then I'm on the air till 9 o'clock. And granted, it's only 6 back here, but the last thing I want to do after this hectic long day that started at 6 a.m. is get on the phone and start bugging people for money. And then Tuesday's a very busy day. And then Wednesday, we're flying back. So I think we'll do much, much better next year. Our goal was $50,000. We came woefully short of that. But again, there were a lot of folks. Hell, this is how badly a job I did. And I apologize to Honor Flight. We didn't even contact everyone who contributed last year. And as many of you know, in fundraising, that's like the first thing you do is contact the people that have helped you in the past. And we didn't even contact all the people. In fact, that's why I told H.A. Sala he's such a stand-up dude, because I don't think I reached out to him, and yet he reached out to us. He's really a good man. 842-5376, 842-KER. But Chris is exactly right. We don't have a hard number yet. So if you still want to contribute to Honor Flight, feel free to contact us. And again, those who have not, who pledged, but have not yet sent us our check, either JR or myself or Jen Bowden will be in contact with you soon. 842-5376, 842-KER. Who you got?
Your fellow Dodger fan, Daily Dave, is on.
Daily Dave, what's really going on? And Dave, thanks for coming out. Dave came out to the airport to send off the veterans last Monday. Yeah, that was really cool.
You're welcome. What a great lineup today. Bentley, Lang, and then top it off with George Culver.
Yeah.
On the first day of the World Series. Hey, you're outdoing yourself, You're doing
Thank
a great
you.
job.
Well,
How
we got some great people in our community. That's all.
We do. And it was electric out there that morning. I was so proud to be out there, talk to a few veterans. It was a wonderful event.
Yeah.
And me, I'm always trying to help any way I can. But are you playing golf this weekend?
I don't think so, because I'm busy Saturday and I just can't hang with my 7 a.m. group, man. I can't. It's hard to get out of bed, Dave, when it's dark and it's cold, man.
I got you.
You know what I mean? And I gotta be at the course by 6:30 so I can hit a couple of balls and putt a little bit. And they tee off at 7, and it's still dark at 6:30, man.
I hear you.
It's still dark. And do we change time Saturday or next Saturday?
I think it's the second.
Next Saturday, yeah.
I think it's the second.
So it's going to get worse. So I might be putting the clubs up. I don't play when it's cold. I might be done. We'll see. It depends on the weather.
Okay. Well, two important questions. How's your mama?
She's doing really well. I talked to her the other day when she thought my appointment was at 6 a.m. She called me at 7 o'clock in the morning.
And how are your feet doing? A lot better?
Yes, the gout is doing well. I have some pain. I was telling Chris I was having some pain in my ankle, just a little bit. Nothing stopped me from walking or playing golf. And I took a colchicine last night, and I feel like a champ.
Well, I've got sciatica right now.
I'm sorry.
And it is the worst pain I've ever had.
Yes, I've heard that's what LeBron is struggling with.
Yeah, and all my pickleball buddies have giving me their remedies, their stretches, things to do, you know. So now I really feel for you about how you felt with the gout. You know, you
Yeah.
get out and do your thing. You feel kind of sheltered. But hey, the World Series is starting. I'm over here with my dad. We're going to get ready to watch it. And, you know, go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.
I'm thinking they're going to take it in 6. And I think we're going to have a great game. And, like, you know, get like you and George talked about, get to past the bullpen to the last pitcher, and we'll be all good. And
Yeah.
get runs early, like you said.
Exactly. We need to get off to a fast start. We absolutely do.
But anyway, go Dodgers. Have a great, what a great show today to end the week.
Thank you.
And you know me, I try to listen as much as I can.
Appreciate it, Dave. Man, if I had about 10 or 15,000 more of you, Dave, I could write my own ticket.
All right. Have a great weekend. Say hi to the rest of the group, too.
I will. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
That's our man, Daily Dave. Yeah, I almost dropped to the floor when I saw him at the airport Monday. I'm like, are you on the flight? He said, no, I just came here to support. 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, he's our best supporter.
Yeah, clearly.
He calls my show in the morning.
Does he really?
Oh, yeah. He'll listen and
that's
call into
cool.
my show all the time, too.
That's cool.
I appreciate that.
Mike Arier.
Oh.
Please stand by. What's up, RB? Do you want to watch the Dodger game when you get off work or put me on the radio for the big Packers-Steelers game on Sunday? Do we want to talk to Arier about Packers-Steelers?
That's up to you.
Give him a call.
Do you have his? Oh, I don't know if
You don't have it? You don't have it?
Just text it to me real quick.
No, I'll do the Bailey. Oh, I can't do the Bailey anymore.
Oh, you can't do the Bailey.
Can't do the Bailey
Just
anymore.
text it to me.
I don't care if people know Mike's number. It's no, I'm kidding. Yeah, at the break. At the break, we're gonna call you, Mike. We're gonna call you. And I'm going to KC's. Why did I say that? I don't care. They can come. I'm advertising for my sponsor. I'm going to KC's to watch the ball game. You're more than welcome. I think JR is coming, and I'm bringing a friend. You're more than welcome. We're going to sit in the speakeasy, in the stockyard, and watch the ball game because that's where JR and I were last year, game 1, when Freddie hit it, and JR and I damn near. And that's a good thing we were in the stockyard and not in the main restaurant, because obviously when Freddie did that, JR and I lost our minds. Particularly me, I went nuts. And it's a much smaller venue right next door to Casey Steakhouse, and they've got a big, at least 50-inch television in there. Maybe bigger. It might be my 65. I'm not sure.
It's a good size.
Yeah, you've been in there?
Oh yeah, a couple times.
Yeah. What do you think it is?
Oh, I love it in the stock.
No, I mean, what size TV do you think that is? It's at least a 50.
65 is probably a safe bet.
You think?
But I'm always off on the size of television.
Yeah, I don't think that it's as big as mine. I got a 65. I don't think it's quite as big as mine. I really don't. But nevertheless, it's a great TV. It's a great spot to watch, and great food. It's Casey Steakhouse. Quick time out. We'll come back. We'll talk with my best friend Mike Arier, former Green Bay Packer, former New York Giant. He's going to handicap the Giants-Steeler game, which may be the game of the week this week coming up. Maybe even get his thoughts on baseball, not that he ever played, knows anything about it. But Shohei Ohtani is in the box and takes ball 1. We are underway in Toronto. Game 1 of the World Series. In the meantime, you're listening to the Ralph Bailey Show on Newstalk 96.1, AM 1180, KRN. And it's a 1-1 to Shohei Ohtani in his first at-bat.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
It's the JR Show. Well, the dominoes have begun to
Good
fall.
call.
Just
Good
got
call.
word that Stan Ellis, who took over the assembly seat in the state for Vince Vaughn, will not run for re-election. About 20 minutes later, announcing David Couch for assembly. That's right, the dominoes will tumble. Now, who's going to announce to take Supervisor Couch's seat?
2-2.
We shall see.
This could be the pitch right here, 2-2. It's got to come fastball. You guys know that I'm not a really big fan of Halloween, but can we at least admit that at the end of the night, it's really about a risque evening of ladies wearing kitty
Struck him out.
cats and
Struck him
police
out.
uniforms and the dirty nurse,
So
etc.,
he's still
etc.
struggling.
Well, that team is picked up at Casey Steakhouse because on October 31st,
Cassie Biddle is throwing a 1001 night party, which is going to skip the costume party and join them for dinner and a belly dancing show. It's going to be a great night with a 5-course meal, 2 craft cocktails, and photos with the belly dancers who'll be performing on F Street for 3 hours that night. It's a night you may not want to miss.
Who's that, 49
October
Larry?
31st, obviously a Halloween night, beginning at 6:30 on F Street at KC Steakhouse. Longtime sponsors of the Ralph Bailey Show.
The annual enrollment period for Medicare is here. That means that it is time for you to select your Medicare plan for 2026. This annual enrollment period, choose a name you already trust. Select Kern Family Healthcare Medicare, DSNP, a new option for people who have both Medicare and Medi-Cal.
Through a 2-0
For
splitter.
over 29
That's
years,
ballsy.
Kern Family Healthcare
Through a
has been a
2-0
trusted
splitter.
name in Medi-Cal. Now, we're here to support your Medicare journey too. Call 1-866-661-3767. Again, that's
That was generous as hell.
1-866-661-3767. Or visit www.
That's not even close. That's not even close.
Start your Medicare journey with local care you trust. Choose
No,
Kern
come
Family
on.
Healthcare. Kern Family Healthcare Medicare is an HMO DSNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the California Medicaid program. Enrollment in Kern Family Healthcare Medicare HMO DSNP depends on contract renewal.
Meet Paul Sheldon's client, Norma Diaz, owner of La Rosa Fruit Bars and Ice Cream.
Hi, I'm Norma Diaz from La Rosa Fruit Bars and Ice Cream, and I'm a client and friend of Paul
Got it.
Sheldon. I've known Paul for many, many years, and my parents happened to be his first clients. So, of course, I called Paul and immediately felt this peace come over me, knowing that I didn't have to freak out about making a big decision. His knowledge about Medicare and your health insurance needs are beyond compare, and I was taken care of immediately by his wonderful staff. He knew everything that I needed and what I wouldn't need, so I was pretty much in and out of there in record time. If you're getting to that age where you're going to be needing to know about Medicare, then he's the one to call. He will totally help you out and get you pointed in the right direction. You're going to leave there feeling a great accomplishment and no concerns. And even if you have questions later, the staff can help you out. Those feelings are just priceless to me. So call Paul. You'll be glad you did.
Look at this at 2:30 in the game. One home run and one RBI.
398-2298. I'm JR Flores. Catch my show, The JR Show, weekdays at 2 p.m.
And then Blake Snell will take control of the ball game, hopefully. Shohei struck out. That's not a good sign, and he was lunging again. One of the things that I saw him coming out of his little minor breakdown was that he stopped lunging. He was waiting. In fact, Albert Pujols did a really good video piece where when he was with the Angels, he was mentored by Pujols, and Pujols got him to not stride as much. In other words, for those that are on YouTube, when Shohei first came, he had a big leg kick, and Pujols got him to just do kind of a toe tap. And I noticed that during his kind of slump, he was lifting that leg more than usual. And then when he started hitting, particularly Friday night, a week ago, he was doing the toe tap. He wasn't striding as much and lunging as much. And he absolutely just lunged at a splitter that was outside. And then Mookie got robbed. It was a ball completely off the plate that they called a strike. But here we go. 842-5376, 842-KERM. What do you got?
Mr. Area?
Oh, I forgot about Area. You got him on the phone? Mike, what's really going on? Big Mike Area, former Green Bay Packer, former New York Giant. What's popping, Dad?
Thank you, RB. Just getting ready while we're watching the series. It's unbelievable. You know, I became a Dodger fan because of you, by the way.
Yeah.
And, well, by the way, with the great seats. I mean, with Big Dog, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was a fun day.
Are we going? I mean, do we have seats?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Have you talked to him? I mean, are we kind of maybe in a little bit?
No, I don't think we're going to make the series. Maybe next season, maybe April 15th. But other than that, I wouldn't bet on it.
Not going to hold my breath. Okay.
Big Dog took Mike to his very first Dodger game, if you can believe that.
Well, it was unbelievable because Big Dog, as you know, the listeners know, you know, we show up, we got snacks, we pull right up to the front gate, we walk in, we go downstairs. I mean, to the most unbelievable setting. And that's when I first looking around. You see Ron Say, you see Pat Sajak. I'm going, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, this is as good as it gets. And then you walk up and you get your corn nuts, your popcorn, and you can watch batting practice. It was the most unbelievable experience I've ever been around.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. It's different than just a Dodger game. It really is.
I tell people that. I'm so spoiled by that. I'm not going to sit in the seats anymore because after that, it was unbelievable. And especially being with you guys who know the game, yeah, it was outstanding.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you think of this Steeler-Packer game?
It's intriguing. Here's why. Aaron Rodgers has stated, it's not like a vengeance game. But I think it completely 1,000% is. I mean, for Aaron Rodgers, he will retire as the Green Bay Packer. We all know that. And he's already stated that. Now, we're going to Pittsburgh. I can't wait to watch the game. Now, it's kind of Jordan Love. You know, he took over, 4 years ago? Something like that. And I think they let Aaron go a little too soon. He still had gas in the tank. And, obviously the Jets, it didn't work out. Now it works out with Pittsburgh. But I'm looking forward to the game because I'm a believer in Jordan Love, 1,000%. But sometimes in the big games, he falters. Interception here, there. But I just want to see that combination. I think it's Sunday night football, correct, RB?
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be lights out. I mean, everyone's going to be playing. It's going to be like, I looked at the injury reports. We have 16 guys on our injury report. Steelers have 8. And, they put all stupid notations, questionable, out. Then there's a minus, maybe, probable. Well, we need Devontae White. We have this big tackle, defensive lineman that we need back in. I think Christian Watkins could play. I hope he does to help out Golden, and then Jordan Love's on. I think it's going to be something fun to watch. But the Steelers are playing very well too, right?
How do you think Jordan Love's been playing so far?
I'm not saying lights out, but if you look at his stats, he's playing well.
Yeah.
But then you look at a couple of miscues, like the pick 6, that one game that I think it was against the Browns, was almost a pick 6. And there's certain times that Jordan just doesn't step up. I mean, he's being paid a lot of money. He's a top-tier quarterback. I'm just hoping he starts, really shining, comes through. I mean, come on, the Pack needs help right now. We're a good football team. But, when we won those first 2 games, everybody thought we were invincible. And then what happens? Then we ended up with a loss, special teams too, and then a tie with the Cowboys. It was like we're a better football team than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully LaFleur gets them going. I mean, this is our time. I mean, this is Jordan Love's time.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I think he's a great quarterback, but great quarterbacks do wonderful things in special games. So,
and you got a great running back. You got our former running back in your backfield.
Well, Josh Jacobs does it all.
That's what I'm saying.
Last week, I didn't see him on the injury report, so I think he's ready to go. We need him.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best backs in football. I really do.
He's one of them. Yes, he is. And I can't believe we even got him. It was, the Raiders. They let your team.
I know.
They let everybody go. Now,
I know.
RB, what's this nonsense about this Max Crosby trade? Is this just BS?
I am praying that's just a stupid rumor. But, we let Khalil Mack. I mean, think of the great players we've let go. We let Randy Moss go. We let Khalil Mack go. We let Josh go. I mean, there's so many good players that used to be Raiders that are thriving in the NFL right now. It's crazy.
When you look at GMs, look at the Minnesota Vikings. They put all their faith in their first-round pick. He's hurt. They let go Sam Darnold. they let go Daniel Jones, as a quarterback room, and they've got who's a Wentz,
Yeah.
guy there, and now they're losing games.
Yeah.
Now McCarthy, if he comes back, great. But it's his second year. I mean, he's not the savior right now.
Technically, it's his first year because he didn't do anything last year.
I know, but how do these GMs, we think they're the smartest guys. They're being paid a lot of money to assess and bring players in and let players go. But how do these GMs do that? I mean, it's not a science. It's just, I think they're overpaid, and I think they know too much, but they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But I'm looking forward to the game, RB. I think it's going to be a real telltale as far as the Packers and even the Steelers. I mean, they've got a good football team. So do we. I think it's going to come down to, hopefully I think Watson, not Watson. Yeah, Christian. I think he's back.
Yeah.
Put him next to Golden. Perfect. Get our big tackle back. And I think our O-line's getting somewhat healthy. And then let it play.
What's the line on the game? Do you know?
You know what? I don't know.
Hey Siri, what's the line on the Steelers-Packers game? You're a 3-point favorite.
Wow, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that is interesting. All right, Pop.
Okay.
I got a hard break. Always good to hear from you. I'll call you when I get home.
Take care.
All right, man. Love you, man. Mike Arieh, former Green Bay Packer, former New York Giant. He played for Bill Parcells. Blake Snell, starting to get in a little trouble. He's having some control issues. He walked Pedro Guerrero on a 3-2 count.
Vladimir, you mean?
What did I say?
Pedro? Where did Pedro come from?
Used to be a Dodger. He's our Dodger third baseman for a long time. He walked Vladimir Guerrero, and now he's in the process of walking their third hitter. We'll update you when we come back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Oh, Lord. First and third, nobody out.
With us here in news, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. President Trump is urging his supporters in New Jersey to vote for Republican gubernatorial candidate Jack Ciattarelli. He made these remarks during a telephone rally on Friday ahead of early voting starting Saturday.
Who are you talking about?
Trump emphasized Ciattarelli's focus on reducing energy costs and praised his knowledge of the energy sector. A 2018 Supreme Court decision opened the floodgates to the legalized sports betting industry, now worth billions of dollars a year, even as it recognized that the decision was controversial. That high court ruling is back in the spotlight after the arrest on Thursday of more than 30 people, including an NBA
He's squeezing him.
And coach.
That's a fucking strike.
On Wall Street, the Dow up by 472 points.
He's totally squeezing him.
At SRN
And we're at
News.
17 pitches already in the first inning.
News
That's
Talk
what I'm worried
96.1
about.
and AM 1180 KERN. From the KERN newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180.
This is a big at bat. It really
I'm John
is.
Shearer. The Kern County Sheriff's Office reports that scammers are posing as Sheriff's Office personnel demanding payment for fake warrants, missed jury duty, or court issues. They often ask for gift cards, Bitcoin, or other electronic payments and may threaten arrest. The Sheriff's Office reports that they will never ask for
this
money
is
or
Snell's
payment
problem.
over the
He's
phone
got
or via
control
text.
issues.
According to the U.S. Forest Service, 2 days of successful prescribed pile burning took place in Kern River Ranger District. They say the completed project produces a safety
walk in and
buffer
just get
and
to the-
eliminates
to
excessive
the sixth
hazardous
guy?
fuels. Kaiser Permanente is hosting a drug take-back event in Bakersfield in conjunction with
Oh,
National
yeah.
Prescription Drug Take-Back
We
Day
did. Didn't
tomorrow.
he come up in
I'm
our
John Shearer,
system?
the KERN newsroom with news every half hour.
Yeah,
or when
and
it
then we
breaks
had
on
him for a
News Talk
minute.
96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5 grand. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start
Not because I'm
earning cash
afraid of
back
getting
today.
down 1
I
or
use
2
Upside
0,
every
but
time I
it's
fill up.
pitch count.
I've already made around
He's already at
$300.
19.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money,
can't
download
find
Upside.
the
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation
Now he's got a
later this year.
3-1.
Download
Walk
the free
it.
Upside
Do
app
not
now
give
to
in
earn
to him.
cash
Just
back
walk
every
it.
time you buy
Do
gas.
not throw
Use
a
promo
fastball
code
down the middle of the fucking
FAST25 to
plate.
get an extra
Throw the
25
curveball.
cents
He's not
per gallon on
expecting
your
it.
first tank. You can cash
Put
out
it in the
anytime
dirt.
right
Make
through
him swing
bank,
at it.
PayPal, or a gift
Do
card
not
for
throw him a
Amazon and other
fastball.
brands. Just download the free Upside app and use
Attaboy.
promo
Good
code
pitch. Good
FAST25
pitch.
for a
Good
25
pitch.
cents
Do
per
it
gallon
again.
bonus on your
Do it
first
again.
tank. That's code FAST25
He's not expecting a
for a
3-2.
25 cents per
Don't
gallon
throw a
bonus.
fastball.
Start your day right. First Look with Scott Cox, 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Monday edition of the First Look program, we'll talk jobs with America's Job Center at Kern. It's basically a given I'm going to win football picks, but we'll find out by how much.
I'd
and
throw
we'll
a
back
curveball.
all of that up
I
with
really
news,
would.
traffic,
I
and
would
weather.
not throw
It's
this
all
guy a
happening 6 to 9 a.m.
Because
Right
he's
here at
sitting
News
on
Talk 96.1 and streaming live on our worldwide webs at kernradio.com.
What do you sit on the
First
curveball?
Look with
if you're
Scott
there?
Cox, 6 to 9 a.m. News Talk 96.1
Yeah, 3-2. You got to
and
hit him.
AM 1180.
With him having control
KERN.
problems,
The Charlie Kirk Show,
throw
weekdays
the
at 6
curveball.
p.m.
Throw
on
the
News
curveball.
Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now,
That was
back to
ball
the
4,
Ralph
too.
By the time they hear your voice on the radio. Remember, there's another delay on top of that delay.
So they're ahead of us.
They're way ahead of us.
So they know what happens in this at bat already. 'Cause
More
this
than
is,
likely,
This is a gargantuan at bat. 3-2 count, runners on the corner with 2 outs. And I'm not all panicked about getting down 1 or 2 or even 3-0. My panic is pitch count. Where is he, Chris? I can't see that in the glare. Pitch count wise. Wow. Ooh, jeez.
That one was number 23.
See, that's the problem. He's at 23 in the first inning. He's not going to make it to the 8th. Not unless he can get some 1-2-3s and some 1-2-3s. Is somebody telling us what's going on?
No, but I cheated and looked at ESPN.
Tell me.
Bases loaded.
He walked him?
He walks him. Damn. I assume he
Well,
walks
that's
him.
better than giving up a hit. But then again, we're back to pitch count. And the fact that he's walked, 3 guys now? He walked Vladimir.
He did walk Vladdy, yeah.
And he walked this
He walked
guy?
Bichette. No, actually, I think Bichette got a hit because that's how Vladdy got the
Yeah,
hit.
Bichette went to right field and got a base hit. And now the bases are loaded.
Yeah, 2 walks and a hit.
842-5376, 842-KERN. Meantime, Dave Roberts was on with Colin Cowherd yesterday. Here's what Doc had to say.
You know what? They're really athletic. I think that you mentioned Springer, who's a big game player. He's on a heater right now. Had a great last couple months. That guy right there, Vladimir, scares the heck out of me. And they're just a gritty group. They're very similar to our club, and they're tough. I think Ross Atkins, I think Mark Shapiro, they've done a great job with this club. And
Is that it?
That was his thoughts on the Blue Jays. Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. There's no way. Let's read some text messages.
All right, I got you. Let's see. Hey, Ralph, did you watch the Crime and Punishment series about the mob and hockey yet?
No, where is it?
Remember, it's the one that the caller called in about, I believe, yesterday or the day before, telling you it's on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix? Okay.
About the mobster's son who got.
What the hell's going on out there? Are people doing Halloween stuff already?
Likely, it's next week.
We've got a group of Halloween.
It's a Care Bear.
Care Bears? Is that
well,
what that
that's
is?
what the one person is. It's a Care Bear, but.
Ooh, did he pop him up? Did he pop him up?
believe
Did
he
he
did.
pop him up? Did he pop him up? Get there? Okay. Woo!
We got out of the first, but the still issue remains. What did he throw? 25 pitches in the first freaking inning?
Oh, I'm pretty sure in the 30s.
He's got no. I don't think got it to the 30s. I think
29
it's
actually.
huh?
29. 15 strikes.
That's horrible. That's horrible. There's no way he can get to the 8th inning. So now, my man, you know who it's up to? It's up to Sheehan. Because when we talked about with George Culver, I'm not worried about our closer anymore. I'm not worried about the 8th and 9th inning anymore. I'm worried about those middle innings because now Blake Snell just threw 30 damn pitches, 29 pitches, and there's no way in hell, unless he can go 1, 2, 3, a couple of innings, there's no way in hell he can get to 8th, 7th, 8th inning. 23 pitches in the first, let's say, 20 pitches an inning, 20, 40, 60, 80, that gets you what, to maybe the 4th, maybe the 5th? You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm saying he's going to throw 20 pitches every inning, but at this rate, good googly moogly. And the fact that he's having control problems is another issue. I guess you'd rather have control problems than get hit because none of them hit the ball hard. The base hit was a ground ball because we had moved who's playing second, Edelman or Miggy? I didn't even see the starting lineup. Edelman. So we had Edelman positioned closer to second base. So that was just a ground ball. And Vladimir didn't hit the ball. He hit it hard once down the line left. And we popped up Springer. Didn't we pop up Springer?
I believe so, yeah, because he was second.
Yeah, so nobody's hit the ball hard yet. Yeah, he's leading off. Isn't that interesting? Did they do that all season with Springer and Vladdy going 1-2?
So.
They
No,
changed
Vladdy
it?
is 3.
Then who hit second? I thought Vladdy was second.
Oh, Schneider is their left fielder.
Oh, yeah.
And then Bo Bichette is 4 and Kirk's 5.
Okay. Yeah.
At least in this game. But
yeah, that makes sense. 842-5376, 842-KERN. What else you got?
This next one just says, what's the documentary called? I'm not 100% sure exactly which documentary they're talking about. Maybe it was the one that was brought up with Rick Bentley with Miss Peck's documentary, but I don't know if he ever actually gave us a name for it.
Of the documentary?
Yeah, do you remember?
Yes, he did, but I don't remember. You can look it up. What's her first name? I forget.
Tyler, right?
Yes, Tyler. Tyler. What do you got?
Suspending Time. It's on PBS.
Yeah, November the 7th, I believe he said. But we'll remind you again because he's going to remind me again because I'll never remember.
Yeah, and he'll be in here well before.
Yeah. So the Dodgers survive and we're back up to plate. So that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and let's read some more text messages.
Tyler's mom went to South High in the 60s and 70s.
Really? Good to know, I guess. 842-5378. What else you got?
Hi, Ralph. Martin Luther King was quoting the Bible, Amos 5:24.
I'm aware of that. I didn't deny that, but he often referenced that, and I was referencing the fact that Letitia James was quoting the Bible, is what I guess I should have said. But yes, I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the Bible. I may be a heathen, but I am familiar with the Bible. And I'm familiar with Dr. King's speeches, and you're preaching to the choir. Let me just put it that way. What else you got?
One last one here. It says, this is from 49er Larry. The Blue Jays will win the World Series in 6, starting with a win tonight.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Larry thinks we're going to lose.
Now, hold on there, Bush.
Thank God.
I'm just saying, you wanting to bring in the broom here early might have mushed him as well.
Because why? It worked. What are you talking about? I'm the mush. JR is the anti-mush. I didn't bring the broom in here.
No, but you wanting to bring the broom back in here.
I wanted JR to bring the broom back in here. I'm not touching the broom. I'm the mush. JR is the anti-mush. You think I'm touching that broom? I ain't touching that broom. I'm not even going to look at it when he brings it in here. But he is the good luck charm. He is the anti-mush.
Let's not go crazy on that one.
He brought it in here and we swept him.
Yeah, in game 4.
Well, if you all can blame me for losing, why can't I blame JR for winning? Y'all
Because it's
got
happened more
y'all
often.
got a freckle-faced black guy in Bakersfield determining ball games, but yet I can't say a mustached Latino with a broom is the reason we.
Because there is a vast history of you messing up, whereas he's got one. Come on now.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Vast history.
I have a vast resume. It's true. Serena Williams is still cussing me out.
Exactly.
Cost her 3 major championships.
Yeah, this is what you may not know your name, but it's all on you.
Somewhere deep in her conscience, she's like, I just got a feeling I got a bad luck charm somewhere. And his name is Ralph Bailey. The big one was the Australian Open when I screamed it, and she was up 5-1, and she lost the set. That was the big one where I was like, oh my God, I cost her the championship. Anything left on the board?
That's all we got right
All right, let's go ahead and take our final break of the night. Oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I sound like I'm going to jail. That's what everybody in cuffs now. That's what everybody says post George Floyd. Oh, you're hurting me. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You're talking. You can breathe. Oh. Nope. Teo almost rolled into a double play, but he beat it out. Runners on first with 1 out, and I believe Andy Paez coming up next, Mr. Burdick. You got the lineup in front of you?
It's actually Will Smith.
Will Smith? No, Will Smith's already hit.
Am I seeing this?
It should be Paez.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at it a little bit differently here. Poggins is actually at the bottom. He's 9, so he's not even close. It's actually Kike coming up next, or Muncie.
No, it's Muncie. Muncie. All
So
right,
we are
Muncie.
one batter behind them. So that is Muncie, and then what I'm seeing online here is
right.
Kike's after him.
Final break of the night. It's TRBS. Don't go anywhere.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Coming up on the Monday edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, the shutdown is just going on and on, getting deep into the 20s here for how many days. There has not been an agreement between Democrats and Republicans on this. Republicans want to open the government, Democrats taking it hostage. We'll discuss that. Plus, Trump and the...
Yeah.
I was going to say you want to do promos.
Oh, yeah. Hang on a second. I'm getting the girl a car.
Look at you, my girl, a car.
I said the. I didn't say my.
You said the, but you meant my.
No,
Come on now.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
Calling my girl a car. Look at you.
I said the.
We're in the air, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know it yet.
Casey Steakhouse.
Problem is we don't know if we're in an airplane or if he's on skis.
Hang on. Oh, hell, how am I going to get home?
Huh?
How am I going to get home?
You can't Uber yourself?
I'm sending it to her. Oh, we got to run. Kike again. Unbelievable. Oh, 4 minutes. Oh, she'll be at KC before we
Yeah,
close.
that's what I was going to say. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So hang on. I got to tell her who's coming. White, Toyota, Carry. All right, what are we doing?
Promos.
That's a big run. That's a big run. And Kike remains on fire. 3, 2. I am not a Letitia James fan, Attorney General of the great state of the Empire State, but I think this prosecution is basically they're not going to get her. And if you don't get her, you create a martyr, and this woman can end up being the governor of New York. This is a gargantuan mistake. 3, 2. It's that man again. Look what's coming up on the Monday, TRBS. Well, it's a Monday. Kathy Abernathy will be here. And of course, we'll be at game 3 of the World Series. We'll preview that, all that, plus the weekend, and me at 3. It's TRBS. News Talk 96.1 and streaming live, kernradio.com. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday.
Up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do, text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the Ralph Bailey Show.
I knew that I would not. So good. So good. I got you.
And so good so far. Dodgers have runners on the corners. We're leading 1-0 in the top of the second. Kike got a base hit to knock in his fellow Hernandez, Teo. And Tommy Edelman squeaked out a line drive up the middle. No, it was a little roller down third base line. I'm lying. But we got runners on the corner. And again, you all are ahead of us. But here comes Andy Paez, who I hate to admit is about to roll into a double play because he's hitting.
You got bases loaded, my guy.
Oh, is it bases? It is bases loaded. All right, Andy, just a fly ball. Come on, Andy. Just a fly ball, Andy. He's hitting 86 though, and he's got to stay out of the double play because Shohei's on deck. You got to stay out of the double play, Andy.
That could be huge.
You got to hit this in the air. I don't care if he flies out. We got to call the infield fly rule. You cannot hit a ground ball, Andy. And he falls one off 0-2. I'd rather him strike out. That's fine. Strike out. Let's get Shohei up. 842-5376, 842-KERN. I'm sorry. It's World Series time. I know I should be doing a radio show. You got somebody?
No.
Who's
He's tightening us up saying it's Tommy Edman.
What did I say?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you.
Edman? Edelman? What could I possibly have said?
I don't know. She was saying it's Edmonds, and it's actually Edmund, but there's no S at the end of it.
No, it's Edmund. I know what his name is. He's on second base with the possible run, but their pitcher's starting to have some control problems, and we just need a fly ball out of Andy Paez. A base hit would go a long way. A base hit. Don't look, because I can tell by your face. So don't look. You've looked already, haven't you?
I mean, technically.
Not looking. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look.
Not looking. Look in the opposite direction.
Hang on. What's wrong with my?
I'm just waiting for Big Dog or somebody to break it to you.
Why is this guy taking so long? What did I screw up?
Uh-oh. Is he on his way here?
That's what I was looking at. No, he's going to the right place. But it went from 6 minutes to 8 minutes to 9 minutes. I don't understand that. And now I'm going to be in trouble because I'm going to have to wait here. That sucks.
He's got the Dodgers.
Yeah, true. True. And she'll be sitting there waiting on me. But it's okay. They'll take care of her.
Well, aren't you? Isn't he going too?
I don't think he's going straight. Not
he's
now.
not going straight
I
there?
don't think he is. And Andy struck out. Good googly moogly. Well, that's better than rolling into a double play.
True.
That's better than rolling into a double play.
Shohei still got the bases juiced.
Yeah. Let me explain, if I can concentrate, on why I think Letitia James should not be prosecuted. Now, again, I don't simply parrot what I hear on television, but a lot of my opinions are based on what these pundits who know a whole lot more about the law than I. And so from what I've heard, both from the left and the right, that this is a case, along with the Comey case, that can't be won. Ooh, Shohei took a big cut of the fastball. Good googly moogly with a home run go a long way right here. Would you stop? Are you cheating?
No.
Don't look.
No,
Because I can tell by your face.
I'm laughing at you.
I don't want to see you look at that screen.
I'm not looking at the screen. Plus, they're text messages right now anyway. It's not even the game.
All right, we'll read some text messages.
Oh, no, we don't have any. I'm just
Oh.
saying the text message screen.
But from what I can understand, and she's got Abby Lowell as an attorney who was Hunter Biden's attorney, who's one of the best DC attorneys there is. And I just don't think they're going to get her. I think it could even be dismissed. I think the Comey case could be dismissed. And we don't have to worry about Comey because he's never going to run for anything and couldn't get elected dog catcher. But if you make a martyr out of Letitia James, she could screw up and be next governor of the state of New York or a U.S. senator or even make a run. Damn it. Shohei grounded out with the bases loaded. That's a big out for Toronto. He just, all right. Well, we got 3 hits and only 1 run to show for it. That hurts. That's not a good sign when you leave runners on in scoring position. That really isn't, because it gives the other team, just like we just got out of a big jam, it gives you momentum to get out of a jam. And we had the bases loaded with 1 out. And all we needed from 86 innings was a fly ball. And we couldn't get it. He struck out 86. And a lot of times, back in the day, I'm not sure Tommy, no matter, he had a good season, Andy Paez. I bet he hit like 270 at least. Hey, Siri, what was Andy Paez's batting average this season? Hey, Siri, what was Andy Paez's batting average this season? I can't get it. You got it? Let's see what Andy. I bet he hit at least 270.
272.
Yeah, 272. That's a great season. With what? 20 runs, 28?
It doesn't give me a home run count here. That's weird. 86 RBIs though.
That's a great season. But the fact of the matter is he's not hitting right now. He's hitting 86.
27 home runs, yes.
And I'm telling you, back in the day, you got to go with the hot hand. And a lot of times, like I said, Conforto was hitting at the end of the season. And I know I bashed Michael Conforto throughout the whole 162 games, but he was hitting at the end of the season, and Paez just isn't. I'd be surprised if Paez is in the lineup. If he doesn't get a hit tonight, I'd be surprised if he's in the lineup tomorrow. I mean, 86 is like, dude, me and Chris could hit 86. That's like that's in like 12 at bats. You think you get a hit on a major league pitcher in 12 at bats?
I feel like I could stick a bat out there and at least get contact.
I think I could make contact. I really do. Maybe not at my age, but when I was a kid, I think I could. Because we used to have our hitting coach when I was at Brentwood pitched at SC.
Who's the pitcher though? Because if we're talking like 100-mile-an-hour BB thrower,
well, that's what I'm saying. Our pitching coach, we called him Lefty, and I can't even remember his name. He could throw 92 miles an hour, and he'd throw us batting practice, and we would hang around. He wouldn't throw 92 in batting practice, but a couple of us, Tempero, me, Bronson, would hang out after practice, and we'd say, bring it. Let's see if we can do it. And I'll be honest, I never hit it left of second base. No. I was always late, but I made contact. I made consistent contact against a guy throwing 90, 92 miles an hour.
Sometimes at that speed, it's not necessarily just hitting it, but more just
timing.
Yeah, and
it's timing.
How you hit
it's starting. Yeah, it's starting your swing a little bit earlier. Is all it is, and it's all. You're right. It's all timing and anticipation. Exactly. Please stand by.
Uh-oh. The mist in your car.
Would you shut up? You're such a jerk.
This is why you got to listen to us on YouTube.
No kidding. Oh, I said 2 months.
Uh-oh.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. All right, cool. Well, I am going to have to stick around here for a while, unless you want to give me a ride home.
I can't tonight. I gotta go the opposite direction.
Oh, you know, good son of a gun, yeah.
I got game night.
Anything left on the board before we get out of here?
No, we are absolutely bare at the moment.
All right. Hope you guys will be with us on Monday. It'll be game 3 of the World Series. We'll certainly know the direction of the series by then. And of course, Kathy Abernathy will be here. And we'll get to some of the things that we didn't get to today because my head is spinning, as I hope you can forgive me. But we'll get into the more of the Letitia James situation. Her trial has been set for January the 26th, and they're expecting it to go about a week. It's based on false documents. She's been charged with bank fraud and lying about it. And the reality is her grand niece has been living in that home that they're saying she's using as rental property. They're saying that she claimed it as her secondary place of living, like a vacation home, when in fact she was renting it out. But according to documents, her niece has been living in the home since 2020, and the only money that she has put down on her tax report was about $1,300. So perhaps at one point she rented it out, but her niece is living there. I just don't think there's a case there, and I think this is going to make her, a jubilant martyr. I beat Trump. Trump tried to do what I did to Trump, and I won. Be jumping around like, look what I did, and liberal New Yorkers will get behind her, and we could screw around. She could be, I don't know if she could be a 28 candidate because she's not married, and we haven't had a single president, meaning someone not married, since I think James Buchanan and Thomas Jefferson are the only single men who've served in the White House. I know it's Buchanan and Jefferson, but there may be one more. So feel free to tighten me up on that on Monday. So she could make a run for the presidency. I guess she could get married before 2028. She's older than I am. She's like 66 years old. We leave you with one out and a runner on first base, and Blake Snell still struggling with his control. He's got a 2-0 count on the pitcher. In the meantime, for Chris Burdick, I'm Ralph Bailey. That's what's really going on. Have a great weekend and go Dodgers.
This is AM 1180 KE the Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM. Bakersfield. Online at KERNradio.com.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Some states will be getting federal disaster help while some others are out of luck.
President Trump has approved major disaster declarations for Alaska, Nebraska, and North Dakota, while denying requests from Vermont.
Is anybody
Illinois,
still
and
here? Can
Maryland.
anybody give me a
The
ride?
declarations allow
Is
FEMA
Randy
to
still
provide
here?
financial aid for repairing public infrastructure and, in some cases, helping survivors with repairs and temporary housing. Mr. Trump has approved more declarations and denied this
620.
year, but has also suggested phasing out FEMA.
Hey, Randy.
Rich Thomason, Washington.
Flights have resumed for Alaska Airlines after more than 200 of its planes were grounded for hours yesterday.
The airline says it expects some flight disruptions as it works to reposition aircraft